Okay. So this week on Sandpoint Chronicles, the party has just fought off a shark attack in the depths of the Senos Forest. The party is making their way to find the entrance of the Kobold Cave, led by known villagers. The party did pretty well, but unfortunately, Garalmonds Stonefoot was a casualty in that fight. So dealing with the repercussions of that, the party is fixing up their ship, and they are making their way to where the entrance of the Kobold Cave should be. They have about an hour left. At that moment, on this side of the map, you see a lot of heavy damage here, where I'm pinging. A lot of rubble.
I see nothing.
Oh, you don't see anything. Okay.
I guess I don't have a mini on the...
You do.
No, I don't see anything either.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. Now I see something.
Aloysius, you see it too,
Thank you.
No.
Don't know why. Who? Did everyone see the submarine?
Just one thing.
No, it's all black.
Can I change the portrait?
Sure.
Okay.
Aloysius,
Can't see, okay.
I do not know what Aloysius you have gone off to, bud. There we go, I see you. Now, can you see Aloysius?
No, I see you pinging, but the map is black.
What about now, bud?
There you go. Yeah, now I see it.
Okay. You see... Okay, I'm gonna leave
Crocodile.
that. I'll take care of that in a moment. Give me a second. So at that moment, you see little bits of rubble here. And you see some rubble this way as well.
It all went black again.
I know. You'll see in a moment.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Garalmond, excuse me, Aloysius, and Nalia, Burke, you see a little bit of rubble here where it sees that this side of the ship took heavy damage. You see Garalmond, lifeless body, kind of here with Brodric. You see Brodric trying to heal him and just, well, not heal because you obviously know he's dead, but just kind of standing over in shock that his comrade of the last couple of weeks is lifeless before him. Make a perception check for Aloysius and Nalia and Burke. Aloysius, even you can hear the pitter-pattering of the rainwater hitting the water in front of you, not in front of you, but on top of the ship. You can hear the busy hum of the sub, but over that, you start to hear, it seems like a coughing noise in this direction. Nolly, you hear it as well. And you see, it looks like to be pink flesh, kinda, you see like a hand stuck under the rubble. Aloysius and Nolly both
Okay.
hear that.
Why?
I feel like Aloysius is more concerned about Garlemon at the moment.
Okay. Nolly, you hear this noise as well.
Okay, I move over here where I can maybe see it a little bit better.
So, let me get your character right. Rhondo. Rhondo, you remember being with the group? Before the attack happened, you remember being slammed with something because you are the scout for the Nyon village. But everything just went black. And now you are covered in debris. You don't feel anything's broken, but you definitely feel like you're being kind of crushed, and you can hear people walking around you now that the battle's quieting down. And that's to you, Rhondo. Can you hear me? Rhondo.
No, I'm not hearing you.
Can you not hear me
Now
now you
talking.
can? Okay.
Yeah.
So you feel like you're being pressured. So it's pretty much what happened. You were leading you and a couple of the gnomes volunteered from the village to come help the group out. You're in this submarine vessel. Only thing you know that you were attacked by a large shadowy figure. It attacked the ship, and a bunch of rubble, debris fell on top of you. And through all the excitement, you have been trying your best to press up against this to not be crushed. Now that the battle is over,
Okay.
you can start to hear what is around you. And now you hear that someone is walking up to you.
Okay.
So, in that situation, what would your character do? You're trying to get free.
1 second.
Help! Help! I'm in here.
So, Nalia, upon hearing that voice, you start trying to brush away all the debris, everything you see there. Nalia, make a strength check.
Voice coming through.
Okay, Nolly with an 18, you start to clear the clutter. There's bits of wiring there. You're being careful not to. You're being careful not to get electrocuted from the unknown device that you see. You see a little bit of fire spark up, but you see Guko sitting there trying to repair the ship, so you feel relatively safe. Bits of scrap metal you're lifting it off of, and then you see a familiar face. Which is Rhondo, who
Oh, thank
was
God.
was with the head scout to help lead the group into the Kobold Cave. Nalia, you still hear a little bit of squirming in the rubble, and you continuously are hurried. You're trying your best to lift the wood and the metal off, and you see a little more flesh, and you see another familiar face, which was another another gnome that volunteered from the city to come help out the group. What is that, Nyon? How do you pronounce it? Okay.
Yeah, Nyan.
Nyon. So
Nyan, like young. Well, it's young. It's like a cat. Young.
Nyon. Okay, so you have Nyon and Rhondo, two familiar
It's
faces. Nyon, correct?
Nyan. It's like Nyan Trotep.
Nyon.
Nyan Trotep. So like it's Nyan.
Nyon. That's good. Okay, great. I have a southern accent, so I'll butcher names, but I'll try the best I
Yeah.
can. So you see the two familiar faces trapped on the rubble, but luckily you've gotten them off.
Wait, I'm the one who got off, or I'm the one who
You're
was
both
saved?
you're both up. You and Rhondo were underneath all the rubble, but now you're able to see. You've been freed from the rubble and the ship and the scrap metal.
Okay, I guess I must have been hit really hard because I don't remember anything. Can somebody remind me what just happened? Hello?
You were
We heard you.
buried by rubble.
Okay, but what am I doing close to a submarine?
We got attacked by a shark thing and we're on our way to a kobold cave.
Did everybody survived?
No.
Who got hurt?
Is
Garalmond
Kobold
died.
Cave underwater?
Is his body still there?
Yes.
How long ago did he die?
Maybe a minute ago.
A minute.
Mhm.
Okay. Where? Okay, I immediately go to his body. Hold on. Where is he? Where's the body? Here. Okay. I immediately go to the body, and I prepare. Wait, is that a shark over there?
Go look. Yes.
Anyway,
That's the shark that the group killed, and it's kind of floating towards the party. You know, it's just hit the window.
okay. Anyway, so I look at his body and I say, I can only do this once per day, but I can cast spells that a wizard would not normally be able to do. So, and it takes twice the effort of a regular spell, and it takes a little bit extra time, but I use my ability to cast Gentle Repose.
It's actually smart. Wow. So what that's going to do, Gentle Repose, is going to stop him from aging. I mean his body from like hitting rigorous mortis. But what more importantly it does is that it stops the clock on resurrection spells.
Yeah. So
and
in the future,
reincarnation.
Yeah. In the
Very
future,
nice, very cool.
So in the future, when I become capable of casting, I will be able to cast druid spells. And if I find the reincarnation spell, if I find the materials of the reincarnation spell, then I will be able to bring him back. Well, he won't be a gnome anymore, but it's better than being
Wow,
dead.
that's so big.
He was dwarf, but
Wow. Okay. Now I gotta make some
Wait,
notes about that. Okay.
He was a dwarf?
he was dwarf, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
You can't tell because of how damaged his body is, but
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the shock. The
And you're
shock for being buried alive.
And you're level 5, so that is so this works for 5 days. Wow. So now you have a 15-day wow. That's big. Okay. Okay. So you cast
Well,
Gentle
yeah, but I can
Repose.
just cast. I can basically just cast it again when the time comes.
True.
Yep.
True. Okay.
Okay, definitely.
but then don't we have to keep track of this body the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
As long as we don't lose it.
I mean, does anybody have a bag of holding?
No, Garlamond carried most of everything for me.
I mean, I know it's a little bit of work, but he was our friend. He died fighting with us.
He was my best friend.
Yeah, we have to put the extra effort to bring him back, or at least try. I mean, I can cast third level spells. I just need a little bit more to be able to cast. Actually, hold on. Just a little bit more, and I might be able to do it.
Yes, do it. I insist, do it.
No, it will take a little while, but
We'll be able to cast it soon, but not tomorrow.
out of character, just for a second. I didn't mean to metagame.
You're fine. You're fine. I'm just letting you
No,
know.
no, it's because reading the lore from the game, I was always told that the characters know what spell levels are, that they are told. It's a science in their game. So if they don't know, it's okay. I want to just
No, you're
explain me
cool.
how it works.
Yeah, you're cool. Yeah, we didn't really go over all that, but we will. It's fine. So you cast Gentle Repose, which I made a note for Garalmonds' character. So you see, you know that his body is starting to break down. Then we have Burke and we have so Rhondo. So you are coming out of the rubble as well. You know that you're on a path to this Kobold Cave. Guko, who is played by one of our friends, is going to be a little later, but he is driving the ship. He's trying to repair it so they can even begin to be driven. But what would you like to do? Would you like to survey the damages? What would your character like to do after being knocked out under this debris?
What did you hit? What did we hit? I need to know what we hit.
Well, you sustained damage from a shark attack.
Just we surface.
What's up?
Take a look at the damage. Surface.
I got you. So at this moment,
I can talk like this, you know.
yeah, no, it's okay. At this
I
moment,
edit the voices to differentiate when I'm speaking from when Burke's speaking.
Get
so
us out of the water before we all die.
so
One more question. This submarine, how damaged did it get?
it got pretty damaged. I made a whole homebrew system for the submarine, but it doesn't matter because we're not doing a battle right now. But it's pretty damaged, but it will continue to drive. You have about an hour left. You have about
an hour?
an hour left to get to where the kobold, to where the entrance is supposed to be.
Well, I have a spell that can. I would be able to cast a spell that can repair items, but 1 hour I can only do that once per day. Won't do.
You're fine. Please send me your spell list too, so I know what spells you had, and just mark off the ones you got. So, anyways,
No, that spell was from the ability.
I got you. But you did prepare spells though, correct?
But I do have spells.
Yeah.
You want me to send?
Yeah, send me
Okay.
those in a private message. So the group is going to continue on onto the path to where the entrance of the Kobold Cave is. So you leave the shark behind, and you see it kind of fade from your view. But anyways, so you continue. You see Alowhisus and Brodric kind of there somber, as they are still trying to just take in the deaths they've had for the past couple of days. And Guko, who is your submarine captain, tells the group, says, "Well, this is the entrance. This is the coordinates that was given by Rhondo." So, and he has everybody, as he starts to emerge. The alarms are kind of going off on the submarine. It's not. You can tell that the submarine is badly damaged, and that it really seems like it's on its last leg. But you make it, and as you pop out of your submarine, or the hatch. Let me see here. You can see the dripping trees. You look at black trunks, rotting vegetation, scummy water. You can see reeds and frogs and slugs this around the area. You can faintly hear the sound of frogs croaking, flies buzzing, and snaps of twigs, and screech of animals and birds hunting in the background. The smells, you can definitely get rot and decay. Everyone make a perception check. Burke,
Just one question. Where's the perception?
It should be in your character sheet.
The first tab of the sheet. Around the middle, it's ordered alphabetically.
Where?
The first tab of the sheet.
Okay, the first tab.
The first tab of the one that says character sheet, not the one that says bio and info.
Yeah, I know, but where here?
Called principal. In the right half, you have a lot of skills. You just look for perception over there.
Oh, it's here. Okay, never mind. I thought it was.
Okay. Burke, as you hop out of the sub, you see it seems like a dark shadow. It's kind of in the water, but it doesn't seem like it's alive. It seems like it's you kind of can tell it's like makeshift and buried under some rocks. But you definitely see like a mass of something in the water. The taste in the air is stagnant. It tastes like dirt and mud mixed with this stale water and rotten food. The air is hot and moist. You know, as you hop out of the sub, water seeps into your booth. You get your boots. You get a little bit of the wet clothing and algae and deadly fragments under your feet, as you definitely are in the mist and the thickest part of this swamp. The air seems this eerie around this area. It doesn't seem like just a regular swamp. Burke, do you want to investigate this? It's like in a shallow area there.
One thing I think I didn't ask you is the village I'm guiding them to. I'm guiding them because I've been there or because I just will know how to get there?
No, Rhondo is the guide, and Rhondo knows it's about around this area. But now that you're here, Burke, you're going to be giving him automatic successful on aid to guide to the Kobold Cave, because now it starts to look familiar. This area looks familiar to you. You were lost because you had never been from this area, but now it looks familiar. So every time Rhondo makes a survival check to track, he will get an automatic bonus from you, because now things are starting to look familiar. You know, you start to see this tree mark looks familiar. This little patch of grass looks familiar now. You know, you're familiar with this area. So this is starting to look like home to you now.
We're getting close. It's over there.
And what you see, do you, in the water, does anybody want to investigate what they see? Because Burke, I will assume, is going to tell the group what he sees.
I guess I'll recognize stuff and then know in what direction to move.
Can you get closer, look?
So I point them.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Let me get the party members kind of.
Should
Get in the water.
how everyone looks?
What'd you say, Rhondo?
Let's go look at the lump in the water.
Okay, so Brodric is going to stay behind for a second, as Guko is also going to fix the ship. Okay, here we go. Let me put you guys on the map. You should be able to see. Everyone should be able to see, correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
There we
perfect. We're gonna say it's here as well. This sub dropped you off. I kind of have the party over here.
Unrecovered spells and stuff, right?
And this is where Burke sees the shadow.
You mentioned shadow beneath the water, right?
Yep.
Look, there's something over there. Goliath. I thought both of them were gnomes.
Can I try
What?
detect magic?
Yeah, of course.
Because if there was something with a magic item, it would show up.
So with detect magic, I will tell you, Nyan, you do not excuse me, you don't detect any magic. It's an absent of magical auras in the area.
Well, guys, it's safe. There was no magic here.
Will I know what creature was it?
You like I said,
Just a lump in the water.
well, it seems like there's like something like a huge mass. It's kind of halfway buried in this water.
Let's get a pole.
I mean, I think if you want to get a pole and poke it, you can. I think it is a swamp. There'll be sticks and trees and I mean, and limbs around. You can poke it if you want to, Rhondo. You want to do that?
We've got there's like a little house. Is this the actual place? Because there's like a little house
Yeah.
and a
Mm-hmm.
canoe or something.
Yeah.
So yeah.
If you want to walk in, very simple. You do see some oars. It looks kind of damaged, but it seems. You know what? Let me get a. Does anybody have an engineering check? Let me see.
Did the captain have
Knowledge
that?
checks. Pathfinder. Let me see if it's engineering. Yeah, I'm gonna go engineering, buildings. Yeah, anybody got an engineering check or anything?
Of course, the ship captain's got engineering.
And at that moment, you see Guko, who stayed behind to fix up the ship. He is going to pop up behind you, and you're making.
Hi, everybody. It's me.
Okay, roll the engineering check. You're grabbing. But there's oars there, Rhondo, for you to grab.
Knew I should have brought my quarterstaff.
You can go ahead and make your check, submarine captain.
So it took me a minute to get caught up.
I'm gonna put Guko on here. So pretty much the party, you made your way to the entrance or the beginning of where Rhondo thought the Kobold Cave entrance was, and Bert clarified and was like, yes, this looks very familiar. So now he's gonna get bonuses on survival checks not to get lost. Thanks to Bert, and Rondo's gonna do some teamwork. Okay.
But first, let's take a look at this
Okay.
lump in the water.
So you're taking a look at a lump at the water, and you do an engineering check. Guko, you notice that it's using older, like, pieces of wood and lumber. But what you see on this map, it seems that this were recent constructions. Whoever put these makeshift shacks together and bridges to path this part of the swamp was relatively new, which is surprising, dating because if you recall, if anybody, I can fill you in. Does anybody recall when the kobold started to act weird? About how many months it's been? When it acts strange? Did anybody remember that part of the story?
I remember that part of the story, but I don't remember the time.
Well,
that's elapsed since
around
then.
3 months. And as you start to look, Guko, you notice that these structures have been made within the last 6 months.
It's definitely pretty new stuff going on around here. So somebody's been here not too long ago.
So you see that. Rhondo, to go back to what you were doing with the ore, am I going to assume you're trying to So you're gonna poke at whatever this is.
What's he going
Poke
to
at
poke?
it if you don't want to poke at it. If you've got a stick, I'll.
What's he going to poke?
The thing in the.
Can I make a suggestion? Perhaps it would be better if I used magic hands to poke it from a distance. Because, you never know when something's gonna jump off the water. Better be on the safe side.
I can touch things from a distance.
Okay,
Momentarily,
use
but
your magic hand.
will it just full hit?
Okay. I cast magic
Not
hand,
as fun as poking it with a stick.
and I pick the stick and I poke it.
Okay. At that moment, you see kind of a horrific sight. The smell is pretty horrible. As everyone make a fortitude save. As you see
Oh,
the rotting body of a kobold tucked in under the. Now you're nauseated. Everyone who rolled below 15 is nauseated, but only for the round. You puke, and that's all that happens. We're not in combat right now, so there's really no consequences. But you throw up at this sight. The kobold's been sitting there.
Good, I'm standing right next to her, so there's consequences for her clothing.
For her clothing, as Nolly gets a little bit of upchuck on her clothing, on her boots.
Oh, this is disgusting.
But make a nature check, everyone. And I'll give you a bonus, Rhondo. Rondo's check can already tell you.
Burke knows this area.
Burke and Rhondo can know. So they tell you that is a couple of characteristics of predatory animals that submerge and dig their prey into fetid, warm waters for their
There's alligators,
yeah.
crocodiles around here.
Yeah. So, and as you notice, you see, as that pops up, you're starting to notice more of these makeshift, it seems like, areas where something has been partially dug in the swamp. But anyways, that's that, and this is so that's what you see around this area.
Okay, who's hungry?
I could always eat.
Rhondo and Burke, I will give Burke, you do know that this is starting to be kind of direction to where you want to head to the cave.
I cast Prestidigitation to clean myself, and is the kobold body still there?
Yeah, it is.
Does it look like... I will try to cast Prestidigitation to clean the corpse up and see if there is anything in it that may give me a clue.
Yeah, you definitely see puncture wounds and crushing injuries made to it. If you want to roll a heal check, I can kind of give you more about these wounds if anyone has heal.
I don't have heal.
Scratching and puncture wounds. Looks like animal bite. That's just me.
I've got basic knowledge.
Yeah, the Hinalia and Guko roll a 10. You clarify, Nalia. You clarify, and you say that yes, it seems like this is definitely. It seems like alligator or some type of bites did this. You can tell by how it just grabbed the kobold at its leg, and you see, as you start to inspect Nalia, now that it's cleaned up, you see some ripping and some tearing from the left leg, as something grabbed it and maybe rolled after grabbing it and pulling it down.
You know, on second thought, maybe we're better off in the trees.
I guess we should try to avoid the water, as in not stay too close to it.
Or at least on the bridge.
I will try it like I will pick a
Speeded recording? Oh, I'm using voice software to sound like a gnome.
That's
Okay.
pretty cool.
I will use Mage Hand. Oh, one of them already showed up. I'm gonna pick Mage Hand, pick like some pebbles and like throw to see if I see some alligator react.
You're trying to call some alligators?
No, I'm trying to see, like it's better to see them from the distance than to get hit by surprise.
So what spell are
You
you
know,
doing?
if they drag you on I'm picking a stone with Mage Hand and like throwing it to see if if there was alligator, maybe it will jump at the stone thinking it's an insect or something.
Where are you throwing it
I'll
at?
try to do it here.
As you take your stone, you hear
Okay.
a splash, but nothing happens.
Okay, okay, guys. This zone here at least is safe. I think so, but I'm not a nature expert.
Shouldn't we cross through the bridge?
Well, let's go find the village. See what we're...
Is there anybody here who's good at scouting?
I'm good at watching somebody scout.
I need somebody who's good at scouting.
Define scouting.
Like somebody who's good at
Stealth?
perception.
Yeah, I have good eyes and.
I don't know what that means, but
Well,
I do know how
let
to
me-
get along in the woods.
Let me
Or
explain.
the swamp.
I have a spell called invisibility that can make somebody invisible for some time. And the idea is that invisible, they would have an easier time sneaking around alligators. So they would go in front, check for alligators, and they would come back and tell us about the alligators, and then we could avoid the alligators. Do you understand?
Sure, I guess. You know,
So,
or we could just walk.
How long will this last?
I think it's over there. And then
It lasts for
here,
5 minutes.
laughing.
Okay.
That's useless. We're gonna be walking longer than that to get to the village.
Fair enough. If you think so, go ahead.
Let's head for the village.
marine battle?
I don't know. Well, okay, since nobody's going to go, I think I'm going to do the first step. Somebody has to take the initiative. I'm going to cross the scary bridge. Oh, one more
Do
thing.
you know which way you're going?
I assume it's on. I thought it was that way. Well, never mind then. I'm gonna wait.
That's for a scout. Wait
uh,
for you to do it.
One more thing. I'm going to cast magic armor.
Okay, good. Rhondo,
Yeah.
do you want to make a survival check to just kind of look at the path before you?
Absolutely. Rhondo looks around, bends down, picks up a bit of dirt, tastes it. It's like Crocodile Dundee. Says, I'm pretty sure it's over there. He has no idea, but there we go.
I'm gonna
Okay.
cast shield just in case.
Okay, you get a +2 because of Burke's. But before you start to move across the bridge, you're here. You feel like you're missing a part of yourself. Is there anything special that you would like to do to call your other half to help you in scouting this area?
Oh, yeah. Gotta get my girlfriend, Crusty. Crusty the crocodile. Come help us out.
So at that moment,
I'll wander. I'll wander over to the water and slap the water with my club.
you see Rhondo slapping the water, which you're already just, you think this gnome is crazy. He's tasting dirt and slapping water. But at that moment, you see a creature emerge from the murky water. And you're startled, but he doesn't try to attack Rhondo. He just kind of nudges his head between Rondo's legs as an inviting for a pet, for some type of reward.
Jeez, look at the size of that thing.
Wander over to the kobold, tear off a finger, and toss it at Crusty.
He lets out a I don't know how alligators make sounds. A snap. He snaps.
Sure.
Big bro.
You should be able to move your alligator too, can you? Or the crocodile. Can you move him? Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay, so if you want to continue to transverse your way, if the party wants to go ahead and get like marching orders or whatnot.
A crocodile appeared.
Apparently, crocodiles make squeaking and grunting sounds.
Okay.
Young crocodiles. And the adult ones make grunts, growls, and hisses.
Okay.
Right, so did a total of 18 give us an idea of which way we need to go?
You're
to the
heading
village?
you're heading north, yep. You're heading across these, yep.
Cool.
Watch out, the crocodile. It's following you.
And I will send Crusty across first, in case the bridge breaks. He can swim.
Wait, is it with you?
Let me give you a hiss.
And he
Here we
weighs
go.
more than
Here we go. Let me give you a roar. As he glees at your command. Okay. The bridge seems sturdy. I mean, you know, it looks rickety, but what's odd is that, you know, you're seeing, it looks rickety, but it actually holds the crocodile's supports pretty well. It seems well enforced. Your check also, you notice something else, Rhondo. You know that kobolds are small in size, but as you look, as you're making your way through the swamp at the steps on the bridge, you notice, you see tracks that look like they were made for a humanoid as well, headed this way. You see two tracks at least.
something bigger than gnomes.
You see two tracks. You see, it looks like
Okay.
a set of humanoid, medium-sized footprints, and you see a set of smaller size prints falling behind the creature or the person. Looks like animal prints.
Okay, well, I'll point out the tracks to the rest of the group, just so you know we're, hold on, character.
We're not alone.
What do the animal tracks look like? I'm not sure if I can tell,
You
but
see those big prints there. So,
Make a nature check, see if we can point them out.
I don't have knowledge nature. I could do survival.
Okay, roll that. I'll let you go with that.
I'd feel a lot better if we were flying over this area.
Unfortunately, Nalia, you're not very well versed in tracks of animals, so you just are stuck with the same information.
Okay.
big, but it's big. See how big those prints are? It's a big one. At least 1.5 times as tall as me.
Yeah, it's definitely a big trek. Of course, 1.5 times tall as in gnomes like us is not saying very much.
Might be a dwarf. Anyway, it's a big one. And then the small prince, so maybe they have a gnome-sized person with them.
I will cross the bridge.
Okay.
Hey, do you trust this guy with the crocodile? Is he part of the party?
No, he's just a regular old crocodile. Just plain bog standard. You know, well, smaller than normal actually. Stock crocodile, I think, is large.
As you
Just say
move.
meat.
I'm sorry. My apologies. Continue. I'm sorry, Rhondo. My apologies.
No, go ahead. I'm saying, I was just answering. Somebody asked. I thought somebody was asking about the crocodile, so I was like, he's a little smaller than normal, but other than that, just
Okay. As you continue to walk, the tracks kind of disappear. But I'm going to give you the whole group an opportunity to make a perception check.
Hi, it's dismal.
Let me see something. So 30. Rhondo, you definitely see something as at that moment you feel some type of bolt whiz by you. Let me see if it.
Incoming!
Let me see something.
Ambush! Get down!
Let me see if I can hit you. I don't know if I can. Did I confirm the crit? What's
can't
your
do that hard.
so what's
Nothing
your
crit.
AC?
I think we said it was 20.
Yeah, if you get a chance, you just update your sheet how submarine captains is on this character. So at that moment, you get a round 2 on Rhondo, and you have your dex bonus since it's not a surprise round since it saw you. Since you saw it, you see a kobold in the tree, and it fires just like a short bow or a crossbow at you, doing 6 damage. I will let the group roll their initiative. But you get an action though, Rhondo, since you saw it. The group's not surprised. I will let you get an action, and then the group can take their turn. Okay. What would you like to do with this surprise round? You saw it, it saw you. You can roll your initiative, but you still get to act in this surprise round. Since you saw it, you beat its side.
Sure.
Move silently.
I think I spend my action to draw my club,
Okay.
and that's an action.
Okay. And I'm going to assume you and the Croc act on the same initiative. So you draw your club. The initiative order for this round will be Rhondo, Nyon, Burke, Nalia, and then Guko. You only see one, but it's in a 10-foot high tree, and that's what you see.
All right, I guess I start heading that way.
Okay.
That's as far as I can move.
Okay.
And then I cast, wiggle my fingers and cast it.
What did you cast?
Yeah, but did you say you hit me? How much damage?
6.
Got it.
Okay. And that is your turn, correct? You don't want to do anything else? That's your turn? Let me roll my creatures.
That's as far as I can move. He's only got 15-foot move. in that
Gotcha.
area.
Let me roll my initiative. Okay, 15. Okay. So my turn next. Add turn. 15. You see the creature is still up in the tree. He's going to use his move action to reload. And he's going to try to hit you again, Rhondo. As he puts his crossbow in, and you see him lining up to his right eye, and he tries to use that height advantage to get a better mark on you as he's tracking you through the murky, the murky swamp. As he lines his shot up, let's see if he hits you. He rolls a 20. I believe that hits you, but he only does 3 damage that time.
Nope.
He misses.
Not because I've got bark skin is up now. That's why I cast it.
Okay, so you cast bark skin. Okay. Okay. What's your AC
Oh,
right now?
I wish I sent it to you in.
Discord. Okay, it's okay. I know. I see. My bad. My apologies. What's your AC now? Okay. So as he shoots you, it misses, and the crossbow. You know what? It hits you, but with bark skin up, it ricochets and bounces off of you, and that's its turn. Nyon, what would you like to do, seeing this?
I'm going to speak in Draconic to the Kobold. I'll say, hey, why are you attacking us?
Okay, let me see. I'm gonna see if mine works. Get off our land.
What?
Get off our land, trespassers.
It worked. It worked.
Oh, okay, hold on. Speaking of reaction, right?
For right now.
I'm gonna ask, why are we here?
I'm gonna give you a couple more, but then.
No, I'm asking the other guys, why are we here? What were we doing the Kobold Lanes again? Guys?
Say again?
My memory's kind of fuzzy. Why are we here on the Kobold Lands again?
Well, there are two kinds of kobolds, right? And one of them was
No.
slaving.
Okay. Go on. Sorry.
I mean, this is from memory. I'm not sure if I'm getting it all right, but one of them was like basically causing ruckus with the other kind, and one of them was bad, and one of them was good.
Okay, which was the good one?
I think the green
Green's
ones
good,
were
black
good.
are
Black
bad.
The green what?
Green
The
good,
green
black
one,
bad.
green good, black bad.
Okay. I look. The Kobold is green, right? The one I'm
think
looking
so.
at. Okay, I look at the Kobold and I say, Draconic, you're not one of the black Kobolds. Aren't we allies? Why are we fighting?
The kobold looks at you and says, and he pulls up his left hand, and you can see that he has black scales kind of melted into his left arm, and you see that what his green scales, excuse me, you can see his green flesh is trying to, it's like it's taken over by the black ones, and you can tell that this, even though he's a kobold, he is, it seems to be more sturdier, a little more stronger, hardier than like Burke here, the regular green ones. And he says,
So,
As he looks at you, he tells you, he says, "Your death will please the mother," as he continues to fire off arrows at you.
can you please translate that for me? I heard mother and arrows, but I'm not sure what he said.
Your death will please the mother, and he keeps firing arrows at you.
Wait, can I roll religion to see if I know what mother he's speaking about?
With vague information, you're gonna have to roll high, unless the party fills you in on what's been going on.
Yeah, it's good to make a try. Just why not? Let's try rolling religion. There it goes.
Anybody remember? Because I've been gone for a few months.
The 13.
Yeah.
For the simple word, no. That could mean a lot of different. There are a lot of different female in the pantheons. You're not gonna know. Just
Okay.
with that.
Can I still cast a spell, or is the action over?
Sure.
Okay, I will cast shield.
Okay, you cast shield on yourself. Okay. It is going to be now. It is Burke's turn.
And then first I'll grab the banner I've been making on the sub. There it is. That gives everyone 30 feet from me, plus 1 it's like inspired courage,
Mm-hmm.
plus 1 attack damage and versus sphere.
Okay. Does everyone catch that?
What?
No.
I'd suggest everyone making a buff, so you can just click it.
So what does it do again?
It's like an inspired courage.
So what does it give the party members so they know?
It's here's an inspired courage.
So
Plus 1,
Oh, cool.
plus 1 morale
Lord.
to attack damage, and 1 morale against charm and fear, plus 1 competence on attack and weapon damage. And that's it.
okay.
Nice. Wait, are you a full-on 5th level bard?
I am a 5th level bard, yes.
So yeah, it's +2 to all those things.
Yeah, but this is not inspired courage per se. It's it's a feat. It's
Okay.
It's flag bearer.
it's this.
So it's a plus
Gotcha.
1. Yeah, plus 1 while he's wielding the flag. You get a plus 1 to those morale bonus. Attack rolls, weapon damage rolls, saving throws against fear, and charm effects. He is holding the flag. That is this symbol of the party to try to inspire the group to do better in battle. Burke, is there anything else you can do?
I'll go a little closer to who was this one named?
Rhondo.
This was okay. Watch out! He has green scale. He has black scales on him.
Okay. Now it is going to be Nalia. Your turn. What would you like to do?
That's a move.
Yeah, it was muted.
Yeah, I have no spells anyway. You didn't recover spells and stuff, right?
No, not from last fight.
Okay.
So I'm moving over here.
Mm-hmm.
And how far is the tree?
Use your tooltip. I mean, it tells you just to find out. Yep, so 30 feet. Yep.
Maybe I should
Okay, I see it now.
set up an aura. That's too bright.
Okay, Nolly, what are you wanting to do?
I guess I will throw.
It's softer looking aura.
I guess I will throw a star knife at the kobolds.
Well, its auras are too strong.
Okay, Star Knife, Pathfinder. Will it go 30 feet? Is that a 30 foot? Let me see. It's 20 feet. It's 20 foot range increment, so you're taking -2, I believe, for each 5 feet more than what you throw it. You throw it with. So, but you can throw it.
Okay.
Exceeding the range.
No, it's usually you take a -2
So
for
it'd be-
each successive range.
For,
Oh, so
for each range.
So it's just -2.
So it would.
Correct.
It's
Okay.
also a +1 because of the banner, right?
Yep. So it's,
It
so
has
it's-
it's affected by the banner, yes?
Yep. So it's just -1. You're gonna go ahead and make that attack.
Okay, so the -1 isn't included in this roll, but
Okay. Oh, you hit and you do some good damage. So at that moment, Rhondo, you see Nolly just kind of run up behind you. She draws her star knife. You're shorter than her, so she doesn't have to really maneuver around you, but she just zooms the star knife past your head, past your croc, into the kobold in the tree. You see it he almost kind of like loses his weapon, but he recomposes himself and he continues to fire upon the group. Okay, I see your damage there. Okay, now it is Guko's turn.
It's just this one bloke we're worried about.
That's what you see is right now.
I mean, I'm just going to delay. I'm going to make sure nobody takes serious damage. If they do, I'll be there to help out. But it's no use fighting this guy. Hey, you! We're your friends! I don't speak Draconic. Can someone please explain to him we're not trying to kill him?
I mean, sure, but I don't think he cares. Oh, gladly translated.
I'll try to use
I'm just
gestures
scared
to
of the
indicate that-
woman throwing razor blades over my head.
I'll just try to use gestures to try to indicate a friendly manner.
Okay.
If she's throwing
very
it
well.
over here, she'll take some cover penalties.
Now it is Rondo's turn. And his croc.
Okay. How far up in the tree is he?
10 feet.
Okay. Oh, wander over to the tree. I think that's about as far as I can go. And that's as far as he can go. And as I'm moving, I will draw out my sling,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll, load it with a rock, and chuck a rock at.
Okay. So roll your attack. Okay. So unfortunately, as you go to pick your rock up from your sling, you start to make the gesture to fire, and as you fire, you sink into a part where the stream or the swamp is meeting the ground that's already soft, and your boot kinda gets stuck in there, and making you lose your balance. It's not enough to be difficult terrain. It's not enough to where you're in danger, but that slight variance and footing makes you miss your shot.
Not the entire lack of skill involved.
It's the environment. The ambusher is going to use its move action to, unless you want to do anything else, Rhondo.
No, I'm good.
Okay. The ambusher is going to reload its crossbow, And at this moment, as he sees the croc, sees you, he's going to kind of nervously, frantically fire at the croc. Okay. Let's see if I hit. Does a 20? Yeah, the 29 hit. What's your AC of the croc?
Nowhere near that. I think it's like lower than mine.
Because I rolled a crit, and I rolled an 18 to confirm the crit.
That's a confirm.
Okay, so 13 damage to the croc.
So he hisses or roars or something. Not happy.
Oh, I got you. As the croc roars. Being hit. Nyon, your turn.
Okay, so I look at the kobold. Can I try a diplomacy check to like hear more about the mother, whatever it is?
I don't know if you want to ask it a leader.
Demoralize is intimidate.
I want to wait, what?
So demoralize is intimidate.
No, I want to hear more about the mother. It's an inquiry. I want to know more. So, a question.
So if you want to ask it a question, sure, it is hostile toward you since it is fighting you. Just so you know, so you can roll a diplomacy check, sure.
Okay. Well, actually, what about? Yeah, let's try the diplomacy check.
Unfortunately, your diplomacy does not meet the creatures. It is still hostile towards you, as it just kind of yarks at you and continues to say, "You will be a sacrifice to the mother and her will," and continues to fire crossbow bolts at you.
But I'm not trying to calm him down. I'm trying to ask him what his mother is.
I get you, and he's in the heat of combat, and as you ask him a question,
okay.
he does not care.
Fine. Did he shot me?
I'm just that's his extra stuff that I'm throwing in there.
Okay. Can I do anything else, or?
Yeah, I'll let you do something else.
Can I use recall knowledge to try to know more about kobolds, or do they know? Do they found under knowledge arcane or not?
What do you want to know
Because
about
they're kind of. Can I try to find more about whatever that black thing is?
That would be. Damn, that's hard. Yeah, you can use Arcana check.
After we tear his arm off, I'll let you look at it.
What?
After we tear his arm off, I'll let you look at it.
Okay. But I'm kind of a pacifist.
Yeah, with a 19, you think it's odd.
We'll fix that.
You've never seen anything like this. This is very foreign to you. Even with that roll, you are not astute or studied up on what is going on with this kobold.
Damn it.
Yeah. Okay. That's two
just
knowledge checks.
Out of character for a second. If you're wondering why I'm not attacking him, it's because I only prepared utility spells.
That's
so
fine.
like the best I can do is throw wise.
It is okay. It's your character. You play how you want to, sir. It is Burke's turn. Burke, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I will get the kobold up there and say, "Don't fire at my friends. That's rude." I'm here. I am within range. Let's say, thunder.
Okay. I'm gonna make a fortitude save.
As
you
fortitude.
call out thunder. At that moment, a huge sound of thunder echoes through as Burke fires at this creature. I gotta roll a fortitude save. I rolled a 22, but I still take you blast an area with a tremendous Let's see. Every creature in the area takes 1 damage. I'm missing to avoid being stunned for one round. Creatures that cannot hear are not stunned. So I still take the damage, correct? The 1d8.
Damage, and that's it.
What? Oh, I see the damage. I see it up there. It mentions it. Yes, you're right. My apologies. Okay, so he is kind of, you do damage to him. You see him kind of put one of the hands up to his ears, but he's not affected as he continues to shoot at the group. Bert, would that be anything else you would want to do until it is Nalia's turn?
What I'm seeing is that it's adding the +1 to the spell, and it shouldn't. So I guess the buff will not be a good idea.
Do end your turn. Okay, so Bert ends his turn. Nalia, your turn. I'm not sure how many more star knives you have, but Nalia, is your turn.
I think I'll hold my action.
Okay. Is there anything in particular you're holding for? Would you like to move up or do anything else?
Not at this time.
Okay. Okay. It is Guko, your turn.
Okay, so he still is firing at us, and it's not very nice. I'm gonna cast Burst of Radiance on Kobold. So he has to make a reflex save. 1, 2, 3, 4, DC 14.
A reflex save, you said?
Correct.
Okay. Let's see what I rolled.
I assume he's
I rolled a
not
25.
evil, so he.
Oh, no,
yeah,
hold
so he
up.
saved.
What about the evil part?
If he's evil, he takes damage.
Okay, he is evil.
But okay, well then, all right. Let me do that for you. Then, hang on a second.
Nine?
9 damage.
Wow.
Yep, and he's dazzled.
Wow. Okay, so I take a whopping 9 damage as you see his flesh start to burn. But this is what you see that burns on this creature. That arm that I was telling you about, Guko, you notice that is what takes the burning. You see as your radiant spell starts to kind of like liquefy that arm. As it starts to, like it's a burn, but it's like more of a holy burn. The green parts of him was not affected, but you see that arm is. You see that arm be affected.
I think he's being consumed, or influenced, or something. That arm is doing something to him. Maybe you could cut it off.
Okay.
Maybe that's not a good idea. I don't know.
Rhondo, what do you want to do? It is your turn, sir. Rhondo.
I think I will, yeah, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna, try another sling hit.
Mm-hmm.
Too early in the day to be burning a lot of spells.
I agree. Again, you couldn't get your foot out as you whip your sling around, and you miss, unfortunately, with that roll. Is there anything else you'd like
cool.
to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna... is this swamp difficult terrain here, or
That
is
is,
it like
yeah, so
over
you
my
will
head?
lose. Yeah,
That
you will lose.
Water?
That's not over your head. This area is not, but it is difficult terrain.
That's fine, so it'll be 2 squares.
Mm-hmm.
So 1, 2, 3. And my crocodile is there. He will go... just stick with me, I think.
Okay.
So that's good.
So
So now we're directly beneath him.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens.
Okay. On my turn, I'm going to make an acrobatics check to wow. Okay. Dang it. As the creature jumps out of the tree, he... Oh my god. Come on. Wow. As he jumps, you hear a thud as he jumps out of the tree and tries to land, but hits the ground. Let the dice tell the story. Okay, that's his turn. Nyon, what would you like to do?
That's what you get.
Wait, did he fall to his death?
You don't know, sir. All you know is he jumped, he fell out the tree. You saw that he was trying to embrace for impact, but unfortunately, he misjudged the distance, and he fell, and now he's on the ground. You don't know.
Okay, since I think he's probably already dying, so I will try intimidation check because I can't really hit him from here, so it won't make a difference. Basically, I will tell to him, this is your last chance, cooperate or you're going to die.
Okay.
It's his arm. He can't stop. You gotta take off his arm.
Is that a?
Well,
That's more of an intimidate.
well, I mean, I can't really reach him from here, so might as well try.
Right.
Yeah.
Come out with your hands up.
So can I take my turn now?
Yeah, if you want to take it now, and since you're holding your action, sure.
Okay, I guess I'll run over or here
So
and try and get between the kobold and
Let's
The
not
bridge?
get too far ahead.
okay,
okay.
I mean, you run.
I
and-
could move up to here, but
You could try non-lethal damage to capture him.
that's what I was thinking of doing, but I'm gonna block the bridge. I can't run and try to capture him both.
It's a double move. That's your action.
Yeah.
Yep, that's your move. So I'll put you there after the kobold because you waited. Nyon, now Burke, it is your turn.
So we'll capture him. Isn't he evil? He's very rude.
His arm is evil. The rest of him, I don't know.
His arm? That's weird.
Right.
Let's go try it. I move over
Yeah,
there.
he's worth capturing just to see what's going on with that.
I move over there and
Well, if anything, we might be able to interrogate him.
and prepare a thunder call in case he stands up in an aggressive manner or something.
Okay, Burke. So you're gonna stay there, Burke?
I walked over here and prepare a thunder call in case he stands up aggressively or something.
Okay, that's fair. Guko, what would you like to do?
How's he look? I'm gonna move up.
How does he
to
look?
see- How does he look?
Can I do a heal check or?
You can. We're kind of playing out of turn, but yeah, I'll let you throw a heal check.
Or perception. So right now?
Yeah, you can do one. Go ahead and make it real quick. Unfortunately, you can't. That's not a. You're not able to tell from that distance. I mean, you're just not able to tell. You just saw him fall. You don't understand. what his wounds were like. Without
Right.
rolling.
I'm asking the guy that's right next to him. How does he look?
I mean, with that, she can tell you that he's breathing. I can say that. He's just laying on the ground, face first, but he is breathing. And there's blood on the ground.
Tie him up.
Not a corpse.
Is he unconscious?
Find out.
I can't this turn. So that's why I'm asking somebody else. The guy who's right next to him, dude.
Okay. Rhondo, your turn.
So, is he unconscious?
Yes, he seems to be unconscious.
Find out. All right, so I guess now that
Okay.
I've got over this thing, is this tree still, this area around the tree, is that also difficult terrain?
It is a bush, so yeah, it's gonna take a little bit. It's like a swampy, like thorny bush, so it is difficult terrain to walk through. But you're a druid, so I think you ignore difficult terrain, don't you?
No, I gave all that up for the ability to become a big person.
Okay.
So I'll double move and get
Okay.
to there,
Okay.
and the croc will stay with me. I think I give that up.
Let me see my outline. On 4-2 save. Okay, we're good. Conditions.
Oh, wait, no, I was wrong. I do not give up woodland stride or trackless step, so I can move through undergrowth normally.
I thought you could.
So I'll be right next to him.
Yeah, great. I thought you could.
I gave up a bunch of stuff for my archetype, but I guess not wood.
He seems like he was unconscious.
Okay, so
He was unconscious. He does seem like he is.
that is all I can.
He was unconscious, but it looks like he became stable, and he's looking at you. That was his turn. He did. Okay, he did his thing. Nyon, what would you like to do?
I can't.
He's still alive.
Okay, since I'm the only person who can speak Draconic, I will try to shout at him. Come on, dude, you're almost dead. Just speak. Who's your
I can
mother?
see.
He's unconscious. He's not going to be able to talk to you.
Wait, what? He's unconscious?
No,
What'd you
Right.
call my
was.
mother?
He was, but now he's not.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
He unconscious.
He was unconscious, but he
Wait.
made his fortitude save, so now he's disabled.
So, can I speak now?
Sure.
Okay, I will try to intimidate him one more time. My luck hates me. Yep.
It doesn't. You
I-
don't do anything. It falls on deaf ears.
Okay, I'm going to move 20 feet then. Here. No, hold on. Here. Okay.
Okay. Burke, what would you like to do? What would you like to do?
Yeah, okay. And then I'll come a little closer. It's over here.
I mean, if the group wants to just go, I guess it's safe to assume that everyone goes there. Does everyone just want to walk there? Is that what everyone's goal is?
Yeah, I think we should just tie him up at this point and maybe, see what he's got to say for himself and take a look at his arm. And
Yeah,
curse him.
basically I'm gonna try to keep interrogating. Who is your mother?
Well, I mean, you've already failed a couple of times, so I'm not gonna let you just keep rolling. Because after the first
Okay,
time,
I'm gonna keep translating the orders then.
and Burke's there as well, so we can. Does anyone have any ideas of what they want to do with this character?
Yeah,
Check out
I
the
want to
arm.
inspect his arm closer.
He said the arm was evil, so cut it off. Let's try that.
Keep on rolling the same damn like 3. You get it, but
For that, you
Could
just
I do a heal check to look at his arm?
it's more of a
I'm covering
religion. Like maybe like you can do like a arcana. I'll give you different information, or maybe a religion check. It just depends.
Can I roll religion?
Sure.
I can roll Arcana. Religion is same score in religion.
Finally.
Nyon,
Actually,
for 22, you can look and see that this is not natural. You still, even though you rolled that roll, you're still not what I'm looking for. But it is. Let me see what you roll. You rolled a 12, yeah. Okay, so with a 12, you know you do get the bonus. You can definitely tell that this seems to be some type of occult ritual thing. It's not natural. You can tell you that. It's kind of borderline between magical and some type of demonic ritual to make his arm turn this way. You know, he's a green scale, but you can definitely see that he doesn't even have black scale skins. It looks more like with your Arcana check. I'm gonna let you see. Burke tells you that seems to be like scales, or that his arm looks to be not kobold scales. It looks to be more of a black dragon scales.
can we take it
Black
off
dragon.
like safely?
We should save him. Yes, we can cure him by cutting off his arm.
Yeah, but I mean, can we take it off without him losing an appendage? Actually,
you
I
want
saw.
to flay his arm. That's much better.
Well, no. I mean, I don't know. Do
It's
I?
better to lose an arm than to lose a life.
Can I detect magic at the arm? See if this like.
I think
if-
we should cauterize the scales.
Does it ping anything?
Yeah, like what if we detect magic and use spellcraft, maybe?
Yeah, it's spellcraft. I have that.
Try to detect poison on it.
Let me see what this is gonna be.
Never mind. Haven't rolled above a 3 all game.
Why do I keep rolling so low? I can't understand.
Okay, we go. It is definitely magical.
Okay. Does anybody want me to translate anything to the Kobold before we cut off his arm?
Well, he's still. I mean, he's. Are we just going to cut off the bloke's arm without even talking about it? I mean, like, I don't know.
Okay,
I mean,
fair
might be the
enough.
right thing to do. I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, none of us seem to know exactly what this is.
We could try
It's like,
to just take off the infected bit and leave
Okay,
the rest of the arm.
I look at the Kobold, and this time I'm not gonna try intimidation. I'm not gonna try anything. I'm gonna tell him, "Hey, Kobold, the guys want to cut off your precious arm. So, if you wanna see anything, now's the time."
I mean, this is like a facepalm moment. This is ludicrous. I mean, does anybody actually know what we're dealing with?
I mean,
I think.
does it
we
make a
should take
difference?
Kobold.
Yes,
Let's
yes,
not
it makes a
hurt
difference.
him.
Well, in my
Pick him up
opinion, it's probably some
continue
sort
going
of.
to the village.
Hold on, let's back it up. Are you generally a good person?
No, my opinion is like this: if we don't cut the arm, he's not gonna get better.
You're not hearing me. Are you
We
generally
do
a good
cut the arm
person
off,
or
he
not?
might.
Well, Kobolds are evil, so it doesn't make a
No,
difference.
you are you a
No,
good?
no.
This kobold is not
Some
evil.
kobolds are evil.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm saying like this is in I'm trying to figure this out in character. But if you're not a good person, then I guess you wouldn't give a shit. But in out of character, if you are a good person, like if your character sheet says
No,
good,
that's
you wouldn't
lawful.
want to just slice people's arms off unless you knew what the consequences were.
Well, if the arm is clear with demonic corruption, I would say that a chaotic character would probably try.
yeah. If you didn't give a shit, a chaotic neutral one would, yeah.
Okay,
a chaotic
the-
good one would
the
try to
chop it
make
off
sure that
and,
there was a way to save his arm
Do
first.
we
So,
even
I'm
know
gonna
that
say this
cutting the
in
arm off
character real-
would stop the
Let's
spread?
pick up the kobold and go to the village. Maybe there's a village healer. There'll be a kobold.
I mean, there's a healer right here. I can heal him, but that's not the problem.
Exactly.
The problem, I can't grow his arm back.
I mean, there are ways to do it, but that's not the point.
Yes, it is the point. How would you like it if this was your arm?
If I was possessed by a demon, then yes, please cut my arm.
Okay, hold on. If you was possessed by a demon and there was no other way, sure, cut the arm off. But if you was possessed by the demon and there was another way to do it and save your arm, wouldn't you prefer that, maybe?
Yeah, that's why I asked, does anybody want to say anything to the kobold?
That's what
Does the
I've been
kobold want to say
asking. Does
anything?
anybody know what we're dealing with?
Well, I'm trying to ask the
Can
kobold
I
what he wants to
ask
say.
the
About his mother.
Yes.
Why don't you ask him how his arm
Kobold,
became that way?
kobold, for the love of God, I'm begging you, tell me about your arm, tell me about your mother, say anything. I'm supplicating.
If you're there.
Is he still unconscious?
No, he's stable.
Stable and unconscious or not stable
Yeah,
conscious?
stable doesn't mean conscious. Stable just means that he is no longer losing hit
Not
points every
being
round.
Does he say anything?
But the DM said he was conscious, so he's conscious.
Okay.
So, is he able to communicate with us, or is that arm like keeping
Speak to
him?
him in Draconian.
He replies, and it's in Draconic for those who can,
I speak him in Draconic, asking.
Okay, I will translate it.
Sounds common.
Common, okay. So Burke, what do you want to ask him?
I'll ask him in Draconic if he knows common.
He tells you in his voice, I do not speak the sounds of the pink fleshies.
The what?
I'm not pink.
The pink fleshies.
We don't even hear that. He said draconic pink.
Well, then I'll tell to the group. He doesn't speak common, but I could translate.
Ask him about the arm again.
What's with your arm? Is it evil?
He says this arm will be a tool or an instrument for the mother's will.
Who is this mother you talk about?
Silence.
He looks and he do. That's all he knows is the mother's will. That's all this one knows. The mother's will.
Is she a goddess?
I don't. Hold on. Let me get off more.
I
I don't
translate them
know
and say
if this one has the ability, but he does. He's talking to you about like how she will bring upon her offspring. Yeah, here we go. When you said that, he says her offspring will come and devour the lands and take over.
Well, that doesn't sound very nice.
So,
Now, the mother doesn't seem like a very nice person. And he says the arm is an instrument of the mother.
So is there any way to take the arm off without hurting his arm? Or is he pretty much fucked?
I assume I can't do a heal check to try to heal the arm.
You can do a heal check to look at it.
Finally.
No heal check for this. To take the arm off. But you know what? Hey, excuse me. You know what? I take that back. You could use a heal check to take it off without causing a lot of damage. How about that?
Right,
We
right.
just tried. I mean, hold on. I'll do something.
Okay. Okay, this is gonna hurt quite a bit, so maybe like give him something to bite down on. We'll be
Don't
right here
take the
to
arm. See if what's underneath the scales. Just try to take off some of the
That's-
scales and
that's
see
the
if you
plan.
still a kobold underneath.
that's the plan. I can get this nonsense off without him losing the whole arm, I think.
Well, there you go. Scarring.
Okay.
Chick
It's still gonna hurt, I'm not gonna lie, but we'll be here to fix him back up afterwards if you wanna go ahead and tell him.
So,
Anybody bringing whiskey? Anything?
so Nalia starts to grab her star knives and make her way with the scales.
I don't want to cut off his arm, I just want to look at the scales.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you're cutting off a piece of scales or whatnot.
I'll like systematically like cure it with cure light wounds or something as she does it, so that he doesn't.
Well,
Like,
she's just looking. She's not cutting the scales off, correct, Nalia?
Yeah.
She's looking beneath the skill.
I'll show her how to do it then if she needs
Well, she's just
a
looking.
method.
But she's not cutting the scale off. She's just looking at it, trying to inspect it.
Okay.
Nalia, you definitely could see where. How do I describe this? Kind of. Oh, here we go. Just imagine like a reptile, and when it sheds its skin, like this, it kind of took over. And it's kind of shedding and kind of like consuming the arm. It started at like the fingertips, and you know the fingertips are very black, but as it goes up the arm, it kind of gets more like like paler, as it gets to the green, like a pallor type of color. And it gets to the green as it's trying to like take over the arm. So does anybody want to try to dissect it?
Yeah, I was gonna give it a shot to
Okay.
try to get his.
I'm gonna
I
use
wanna
her
try.
heal check. I'm gonna use her heal check at 22. I'm gonna use Guko. Does anybody want to aid him? Unless you, can,
somebody
roll,
give
unless
you-
you can roll higher. Unless you can roll higher than 22. See Rhondo, see yeah.
I'm going to try to aid.
Someone give me a
24.
hand. Oh, an
24.
arm. You get it?
I'm
Okay.
gonna try to aid too.
26. Okay, listen. As you pull it up, that's 2, 2, 6. So you got a 28. As you pull the skin, what do you do?
My chat went off into a little window. My chat on Roll20 went into a little window and I closed that and it went away and I don't know how to get it back.
You have to refresh the screen or go back out and go back in.
Yeah, just
Did
hit
you hear-
F5 on your browser, and it'll refresh the page for you.
I see it. So as you do that, you hear the screams of
Oh.
it. You hear the screams, but you pull up.
That
You pull up channel injury, so you're channeling injury for the whole group, Gukar.
Yeah, and him too. After as we get it off.
You see him sweating profusely. You pull it off, and it kind of pulsates in the bottom. And
Ugh,
you
it's disgusting. That's rather disarming, isn't it? You get it? It's disarming. Oh, I hope you have improved unarmed strike.
God.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
You gotta be having a problem getting gigs to, pull out the act here in the swamp.
Can I try to examine
I
the
wonder
pulsation
if-
from the bottom?
Yeah, so you're doing it's pulsating, and you grab it, and a huge bit of slime and mucus Nyon, you mute yourself really quick, whoever that is. Hold up, I'm gonna mute Nolly really quick.
Somebody is about to get some.
What color is it?
So
Yeah. Hopefully we can
you pull
bundle
it.
all
So
this.
you pull a little bit of
I
scales
think that's
off.
Blackfire Dragon's color.
Yeah, I muted him. You pull a little bit of it off, and what you see is like pulsates, like it's trying to latch back onto the scale. But you see a little bit of viscous liquid there. Everyone that can hear me, roll a religion check.
Yay! So it's like the symbiote. It's like a venom.
Yeah, we're all atheists. I didn't know
Kuko.
if you knew, but
You recognize this. You've never seen it before. It seems to be somehow there is like tendons. You know, it has like a juicy kind of like ichor, white, viscous, pungent smell. It smells horrible, like rotting milk as you pop it off. Everyone roll a fortitude save.
Jeez, look out! We need to like burn this thing immediately.
Okay. No one that I see throws up. But what you see is this looks like mother's milk.
A what?
Mother's milk.
That's it's a mother's milk.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't right know what that is, but
But you know that mother's milk is also sometimes referred as waters of Lamashtu.
Lamashta?
yeah, this is we need to go ahead and torch this away.
So we roll religion to identify Lamashtu.
Who's got a bit of
And now,
somebody knows what that is. Do they want to share it with the group? What the stuff?
well, he rolled 21. I can tell you a little bit about Lamashtu with the You know what? I'll let everybody have a new religion check since this is new information.
Not Lamashtu, but I mean, if he recognized that it was the waters.
yes, this is the mother's milk. This is from Lamashtu. And Lamashtu is not good stuff, right? She's basically the antithesis of what I believe in. So
Out of monsters.
He tells
Why do
you
you keep
now,
rolling 3?
he tells you that I'll give a little information that he recalls. Guko says Lamashtu was known as the mother of monsters, the demon mother, mother of beasts, mother of demons, mother of perversion, grandmother nightmare, mistress of insanity, demon queen. She goes by many names. And the party starts to pull together about how he says that the mother's offspring will devour the countryside and devour, the hinterlands. It's starting to. He's connecting the dot. It's starting to make sense now. But that's who Lamashtu is, and you know that Lamashtu is. What else I want to give you about Lamashtu? That's pretty much it for right now. That you know that she's the mother of monsters, and that she is Desna's greatest enemy. Since Lamashtu killed Desna's, who she killed? She killed Desna's protege, or master. Desna was the protege of another god that Lamashtu killed and ripped his godly domain over beasts from him. And now Lamashtu is known as the mother of monsters for that reason.
So yeah, I put the thing on the ground and like cast spark and throw a flaming brand on it and burn it to smithereens.
Are you sure it's a good idea?
There's a
No, that-
consecrate spell. Can anyone cast that, or
Cause what?
would that be a good idea? A consecrate spell?
No.
So are you burning it?
I
What
mean,
are you guys doing?
How much did somebody?
Yeah, I'm burning it.
Did our cleric do channel energy?
So he rips
And
it,
if so, for how much?
and the group hears. That's the wrong noise looking for. Anyway, you hear an ear-piercing screech as it is being burned. Everyone make a fortitude save.
Ugh.
Good, yeah.
It's fine.
Very high fortitude.
It screeches and lets out. It's like it's being burned. It's because it's being burned alive. It screeches. If you roll below a 15, you go death for a couple rounds or seconds, but you come to as you reorientate yourself to what's going on.
Sorry about that, but it's better that thing just never sees a light of day again.
Okay. So, is the kobold less evil now, or?
Yeah, he'll be all right after his arm heals.
I mean, the kobold is unconscious again.
Oh, okay. Guess the pain was too much for him.
Mm-hmm.
Should we keep going now?
We can't just leave him here. I mean,
No, we're taking with us.
Yeah, we should take him to the village.
I can't really carry very much. I'm just a little bloke, so if someone else can chuck him over their shoulders, that'd be
Well,
nice.
Sarah, there we go.
I'm not very strong.
We can tie
can
him
make
to
a
the
trellis.
back of, my gator can carry him.
All right. We could put him on the crocodile for a while.
So let's say you have
Okay, folks, continue to move.
It's a bit disquieting.
Nolly, you can say that in game if you want to.
That's what the kobold says.
That's what Nolly was saying.
Yeah, I was muted, but I wonder if this talk of the mother. I wonder if that being was the Moshtu.
I suppose it could be, but I don't know that Lamashtu would not very benevolent. Garalmonds wasn't really into that sort of thing.
Lamash was like, what, a goddess? I don't think we're gonna find it here. Like, what are the chances of running to a god in the... I mean, not... She's actually... No, she's a true god, right? As in, she's not a demigod.
No, she's not a demon god anymore.
No, Lamashtu, she's the real deal.
Yeah, basically, what's the
Oh.
chance that we're gonna run to a god in the reward? It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, whatever we do, we gotta accelerate our plans here because this has just become a more serious matter. How far?
There must be an altar of Tomato somewhere nearby.
We gotta be careful though because this is not a very safe place. I wonder how many of these half taken over blokes there are around here.
How far... Just one question, does anybody know how far is the village?
The Kobold village?
Yeah.
Burke tells you it should be maybe another 10-minute walk to the entrance of the Kobold Cave.
If I cast
Okay, so
Cure Light Wounds or something, can I wake the kobold?
I thought somebody was going to do channel energy.
I did. That was to make sure he didn't like die.
Yeah, but that gets everybody. So how much did you heal with that?
Oh, was it 4?
Because it would heal up everybody in a 30-foot
I did it in
radius
yeah,
of you.
Shoot, I think it was 14. I can't remember now.
Yeah, so Nolly, you heal too. You heal 14 HP.
okay, who's the fastest person here?
Nose goes.
Okay, who?
Never mind.
I have
Anyway.
some pretty fast legs.
So
No.
anyway,
Very powerhouse, but I don't get time behind.
Okay, GM, I'm thinking of casting Fly with focus spell, so it would last for 9 minutes. They would get like in like 60 feet, so they should reach. It should be enough for them to fly straight to the village.
To the Kobold, entrance to the Kobold Cave.
What?
The Kobold Cave is that's 90 minutes. I mean that's 10 minutes away from what Burke told you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I
we
said.
should
The spell
walk there.
lasts 5 minutes because it's 1 per level. If I use focused study, it lasts 9 minutes. But it's 60 feet, not 20, like a regular gnome, so it should be faster.
Okay.
I'm asking, does it reach there, or?
So what are you trying to do? You're trying to get somebody to fly to the Kobold Cave?
Yeah, I was thinking of sending the fastest person just to see if something's happening. If you were if you were on a time limit, they
Yeah, if
would
you want
reach
to, sure.
earlier.
Yeah, sure. If you want to do that to somebody,
If you
sure.
cast it on yourself,
I'm just
you will
offering.
then be the fastest person.
I'm just leaving the offer.
I say we just stay together and hump it.
Okay.
'Cause
I'm just like giving the option in case somebody feels like it.
yeah, it's a good idea, but if we separate and then we run into trouble, we're gonna didn't.
Oh, come on.
No, I
Split
know
the
what- I
party.
know what
Everybody knows splitting the party is the best way to do everything.
Right.
That's kind of a metagamey way of doing things, because I mean, if we think that there is like something and we're running out of times, we know it's a bad idea, but we don't know what we might be losing. What if as we speak they are dying?
Kobolds are worshipping something we don't like. I think if one of us flies ahead to the cave, they might get attacked by kobolds. I think that would get eaten. So it won't be me, but if you want to fly there,
Well, I have the spell of invisibility, so I could fly there, cast invisibility, and just. They were right. It wouldn't just a waste of time.
I agree.
I'm gonna give you some knowledge. You don't really play my games a lot, so you don't know. I think you should save your spells. I think you need to just. I think you should play very. You should play very frugal with your spells until you figure out my DMing style. Because Guko played a wizard and he'll tell you.
Yeah, you run out quick.
Okay.
All right, let's pick this bloke up and drag him behind us.
Okay.
Put him on a crocodile and let's get going.
Okay, as you continue to make your way through, continue
Does
moving.
anybody know how to scout ahead?
Okay, so what would you like to do, Nalia? Nobody's muted. You can talk in game, guys.
Yeah, I just say we send somebody that we don't all get clobbered. That's a lot of background noise. So we don't get clobbered by some random thing that leaps out of the swamp. We'll see it coming.
So, were you wanting to go back to the submarine and rest, or go on? I missed that part.
We're only 10 minutes away. It's probably faster just to go forward at this point. I mean, of course, you know, I'm a submarine captain, so I'm a little bit partial.
Will they be friendly?
Well, we did just save one of theirs.
So,
But what if the others on the caves
Yeah.
are like this one?
That could be bad. It means they need our help even more.
Yeah, but I'm not in a condition for a big fight. I should rest a
not?
bit before that.
Wait, why? I just healed everybody for 14. What do you need?
Yeah, but for example, I don't have any spells left, and
None?
over half of my thunder callings are gone too. I'm pretty tired, even if I'm not damaged.
Did I miss combat in the first 30 minutes or something?
No, remember Burke was using spells. Burke was using spells on the submarine combat, while you and other people were using torpedoes and using maneuvers and doing things like that. And remember the submarine was boarded by 4 kobolds, and Burke was trying to fight them
Right.
off. Yeah.
That's fair. I guess I did think we were gonna rest before we even left the sub.
I mean,
But
the
guess we
party.
didn't.
I mean, you can always the party can decide what to do.
We could camp right here.
Yeah. Let's
Morning.
maybe take
Plenty of
a
things to eat in the swamp.
moment to rest then if we.
I mean, if we're
Got
going to,
frogs,
I mean,
boil some water.
are we out of spells? Because if we're gonna rest, might as well go a little bit further until the end, no?
Yeah, it's only 10 minutes. I think we can make it. We could just hoof it.
Yeah,
Okay.
give it a shot. Find out what we're facing.
what about the shacks behind us?
What? Behind us?
Yeah, the shacks.
Okay, we didn't even
I'm
look
sorry, you
Maybe
said it
we
twice.
could
I
camp
just-
there.
The shacks?
Yes.
Like a wooden
Yeah, she
shack?
said, what about the shacks behind us? We didn't even
Oh,
look in them.
I didn't even know there was some. Why didn't we look in the
You've got a
shacks?
point. There could be loot in the shack.
Right, why didn't we look in those? I mean, I didn't see them. I must have taken a different path.
Or treasure
From the,
hunters.
Oh, look at those bloody things. Yeah, I'm going to check out the shacks. It's like a shack attack.
Detect magic on the shacks. Make sure there isn't a trap. I mean, kobolds aren't magical, but they do make traps a lot.
That's a good idea.
Once you get there to the shacks, you don't really detect anything magical. And upon inspection, you just see like makeshift beds in there, like or someone had set up. You see like a black pot, or someone had food in there. It looks very like old fishing rod, and where someone had a meal. You know, like remnants of meals in both shacks. You see bedrolls for about six in one shack, and around 5. You know, it like someone else has slept, like 4 people slept in the left one and 6 in the right one.
I'm taking a bedroll. I'm taking one of those pots. Anything else?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to put stuff
I'm
on
not
those.
even kidding. And you know why?
Yeah.
I need a bedroll. I could actually use underwear if there are some in the shack.
It's always a little bit more comfortable. As a matter of fact, why don't we just stay here in the shacks? Seems pretty comfortable.
And there's a fishing rod. We can catch
And
fish.
it,
The people
Oh.
who were sleeping here, they might come back, no?
It
Well,
doesn't. It
that's
doesn't
fine.
look. It doesn't look very lived in. Looks like there's a lot of dust and cobwebs, so it doesn't seem like it's been used. You know. You see like an apple. It seems like it's been rotted there for quite some time. Decayed. Like you see like the core there.
I will take the apple and pull the seeds out of it.
yes, let's set up camp here. Let's and hey, well, if there's a fishing rod, let's go fishing.
Excellent.
what happened to the kobold?
We'll get him.
We'll give him.
Oh,
yeah,
are we eating?
yeah. Let's eat. Let's give him a chance to wake
I'd
up
rather
and
have
rest.
fish than kobold.
That's a good plan.
Okay. So what will the group like to do? If you make a survival check to kind of forage for food for the evening, you can.
Nah, I'm not any good at it anyway. Somebody else is gonna have to do the hunting. I'm just gonna set up camp and tend to the wounded bloke. Wow, I suck at that too.
Rondo's able to with a 25. Okay, survival.
Survive in the wilderness is get along in the wild 10. And I can provide food for
Every 2 point to check the receipts and
one
10.
person for every. Yeah, for 2. So I got us all. I guess we catch a fish. Or some frogs.
With your
Frogs
25,
not
with your 25, you predict that within the next 24 hours, that with the rain, how it's been kind of pattering down, the rain's going to pick up, and that there is possibly a warning for a flash flood within the next 24 hours.
Are we talking like closer to the 15 to 20 hour range? Or are we talking like the next like 4 or 5 hours?
With his roll for the next 15 to 20 hour range.
Okay, good. So we can take the evening here, rest a bit, wake up, and then 10, 20 minutes
the cave.
walk to the cave will be fine.
Okay.
Hit
So
the
everyone,
cave and then get back to the sub before we flood.
everyone, heal. What is it? Your H? Is it your level plus your con? I can't remember.
How long did we rest?
So a level? No, it's just a level. It's 1 HP per level.
Is it a short rest or long rest?
This isn't 50. It's
They
a
don't have that in past.
That's just a rest. So everyone here 5 HP, and then you heal 1 point of ability damage if you have it, which I don't believe anybody is. And then everyone has their spells.
Still... Yeah. So if anybody needs any more than that, like I can waste the rest of my healing before we go to sleep.
Your channel brought back.
What I meant to say is, do I get the spells back, or do I get to rewrite them, or?
Yes.
Yeah, you get to re-memorize.
Yeah, we're staying overnight. I guess
Okay.
we'll post guard in case the GM wants to do it.
Well, it's not. You're fine. I have the kobold regiments down, and no one comes out this far this way. So 8 hours take place. So it's 8 hours in the morning. So it's like around 11, 12 right now. And party slept. You got your spells back. Please send me your spells and private message that you prepared. You can't prepare different ones because you know you're about to go on the offensive in a cave. So I will let you send me your spells. The kobold heals 5 damage as well. We'll make a 4-2 save for him to see if he comes back.
Well, everybody should be at full at this point because I'll just channel my last 2 times
Before?
right before we go to sleep.
Okay. Kobold is up. He's kind of delirious.
What he is saying.
The mother. As you hear a voice as he starts to stir up. Yark. Yark, yark.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say was Yark. Took the words right out of my mouth.
You definitely hear the kobold, saying yark a bunch. He sounds like he is hurt. Yark. Yark.
You still in bad shape? I mean,
If
He just had his arm cut off.
right, but we healed him up pretty good, and I stitched it up. It should
I
not.
thought
have
we
even-
we didn't cut the arm off. We degloved him. That's different.
Yeah, we
Skinned
degloved
the
him.
arm or flayed
We
him.
saved as much of his arm as possible, so he should have a functional arm, right?
No.
We,
probably
his
yeah, we
won't
arm-
look
peeled
it-
off the scales and then they healed him, so it should be scarred.
Imagine his skin being so gaunt that there is no flesh or meat on the bone, really. It's just like,
Oh, that sucks.
it's like it, imagine like being, okay. Imagine like being drained of everything, like in the movies you see. But it happens on his left arm.
Well, I suppose you're going to want to put a bandage on that for a few days. It's going to feel kind of weird because, you're missing a flesh graft or something.
I think he misses his arm.
Burke.
I mean, I
what
suppose
if
that
it
makes
comes back? Wasn't it some kind of ritual thing?
right,
Can we go back?
but we took care of it, I think. I mean, between you and me, we had the medical and the religious knowledge to separate it.
Something like that, or
Oh, yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah. Perfect. That's how his arm looks.
yeah,
instead
the
of
cleric
kobolding.
can fix that.
I hate it when that
Once
happens.
the cleric fixes it, it's just
Right.
know.
Just do, a bit of stitching and yeah.
Meanwhile, I will feed that other kobold that was under the water to my crocodile. Crusty likes old rotted meat.
Does it have any?
Look, better your arm than your brain, right?
What'd you ask, Nalia?
I was
sent-
asking if the rotted kobold got scales.
No,
'Cause
this is a green one. It's just a green one that has it's like a normal green kobold. Looks like Burke. Looks real feeble, and weak. So the group
All right.
is waking up. What would the group continue like to do?
I'd like some breakfast, please. Preferably some of that fresh fish we had from last night.
Mm.
I don't know how
It's
fresh
actually
the
not that great.
fish from the swamp is. He fishes a lot, and he's able to get some of the good parts out of each one. But it's not something that he wants to make a habit of fishing for, for stuff in the slow moving
Okay.
swamp waters.
We're gonna need a new cook then. This guy's just not making it happen.
No, he actually grabbed frogs. He gigged. Rhondo gigged for frogs so that the frogs would be better for you, for the group.
Ooh, frogs.
Sorry, I
That's-
can't spare a good berry for us this morning when we're going into a fight.
That's
Might be,
delicious.
a bigger stick.
typically, if we weren't about to assault a cave full of vicious, demonic kobolds, I'd do Goodberry, which is palatable. But, dude, I mean, choosing between that and, like, Cure Light Wounds or something, it's a no-brainer.
So what would the group like to do at this moment? You are getting ready.
Yeah, remember, pray and re-prep spells.
Okay,
And then,
everybody send me their spell, so what would the group like to do?
Let's get it going.
Casting
Kobold.
Longstrider on myself
How long does that
You're with
last?
us.
for 5 hours.
Perfect. Okay, you cast Longstrider. That spell
And
is
it's
done.
Longstrider Greater. It's the good one.
You can create magic foot.
20 foot. 20 foot increase.
Okay. So the party will let me continue. They'll continue to move.
Yeah. How's the kobold? Is he able to man his crossbow at least? Is he able to like at least assist?
I mean,
if
he's
things
gonna
go
take
bad?
he's gonna take a negative, but he's still like in and out of delirium. Like he's saying, like, no, mother's will, no. I mean, he's fading in and out.
Lord, he's gonna be a bit of a hindrance then. Oh, I was hoping he'd be a red shirt for us.
Gag him.
That's not very nice. All right, let's make it. Let's get a move on then. We'll get you with the rest of your kind, and then you'll be fine. Someone lead the way, cause I'm just
Right,
a little low.
I can now keep up with our speed demon Star Knife Thrower. So, go out in front.
So we send the crocodile first.
Yeah, across the bridge. Crocodile only moves at 20.
Never small at the crocodile. Do 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 do. Dum dum dum.
Let me get some forest music for you folks.
Not for nothing. We'd be moving slow enough to look for traps and whatnot. I mean, if I was a enterprising evil kobold, I'd set some of these bridges to dump people into the drink.
Okay, so what do you want? Are you rolling for him?
Yeah, I'll do a perception check on every bridge, probably.
Okay.
And like I said, since it's over water, I'll have Crusty walk across first, because he's heavier than we are. So hopefully it's gonna break and dump somebody in the water.
At
It'll dump him in the water.
at that moment, it does break and snap, and dumps him into the water.
Nice.
You hear a splash. You hear a splash.
Well, at least he won't drown. It's a crocodile.
But at that moment, as you hear the splash, you also hear a familiar sound, but a different pitch. As
Another kobold?
No, wait. Was that a motor? Are there motorboats?
no, you heard a growl
Crocodile.
as another crocodile splashes out at Crusty and leeches out to attack him.
Nice.
It's croc on croc action. Ladies and gentlemen, the cover fee is $5. That's here.
Okay.
As it tries to attack your crocodile in the water. It rolls a 10. I believe that's a miss, though. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Let's.
Oh, yeah, the other
We'll keep the same initiative. I'll roll initiative for my croc. Let's see. To speed things up, we will keep the same initiative order. That's fine with y'all. You know what? It's fine. Just re-roll. Everyone re-roll. Let me hold up before you re-roll. Now you can re-roll. I rolled a 17. It is a different day.
Excellent.
Damn it.
I'm still waiting, Nalia. Try to roll on the sheet. Nalia's rolled an 8 to populate it. As you hear,
And I screwed up.
the hissing and the roaring of the crocodiles as they begin to fight in the water. Okay, Guko. What did Guko get? 13. So this is how the order's going to go this evening. We have Burke, Crocodile, Guko, Nalia, Rhondo. I'm looking for Nyon. Nyon has a 4. Okay. So Burke, go. You see this crocodile.
Yeah. I will. Hey, he's with us! And I will undercall someone over here. Yeah, that's right now. Let's check. Sure.
Thundercall, okay, I need to roll. That's a 4-2 save. Okay, plus 6. I rolled a 15. I lose. I'm stunned. I am stunned, and I take 1d8 point of sonic damage for the croc.
That's the 5 already on the.
I see it. I see it.
on
I
the
see
attack.
it. My apologies. Okay, and I'm stunned for 1 round. Okay, so it's a crocodile's turn. I can't do anything. Guko, your turn.
I'm just going to watch with pleasure. Anybody want to place a bet? My money's on the crocodile that's not stunned.
I was just gonna say, I bet one of the crocodiles dies.
Damn. I knew it. A crocodile is going to win.
No bet.
Okay. And now it is Nalia, your turn. Nalia, you can kind of get into the water if you want to, but you also can hit from land. Since a crocodile is in water, it's gonna take a little bit of AC bonus from you.
Okay.
What's this music? Okay. So, Judge, does the crocodile look like it's like something I need to spend spells on?
Dude, that's such a leading question. You just gotta make the decision on what you want to spend spells on.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm just gonna guys, I'm leaving that to you.
No, you need like a crossbow or something.
I don't know if you. Yeah.
Well, in that
but
case,
there
I'm gonna use
is,
acid splash.
Exactly. There are cantrips that do damage, and you can use those as often as you want.
Yeah, I said I'm going to use acid
Ray of
splash.
Frost.
There's still Nalia's turn though, so I don't.
Yeah.
So
There it
Nalia,
goes.
so Nalia, your turn.
I rolled it.
It's Nalia's
Okay.
turn.
Yeah, it's Molly's turn.
Yeah, I rolled it.
No, Nalia.
That's,
Not Naya.
oh, okay, sorry.
Yes.
Similar name.
Okay. So unfortunately, with the bonus of the crocodile being in the water, Nalia, you're going to swing, but that's how the swamp is starting to affect Rhondo, last the night before, or a couple hours before, as you go to swing, your foot kind of gets lodged in the like quicksand type of the mud, excuse me. And as you go to swing and pop the crocodile, unfortunately, you miss completely. You miss completely. Is there anything you would like to do? You move, then you attack. So now it's Nyon's turn. Is this a touch? The acid splash?
Yeah.
Okay. So Nyon, you try to do acid splash, and unfortunately you miss as well. Would you like to do anything else before it's Rhondo and his Croc's turn?
No, I think I'm fine here.
Okay. Great. Okay. So now it is Rondo's turn.
Alrighty. So they're underwater together, and Crusty has avoided being bitten, and he will now try to. He'll smack. There we go.
Okay, so Nolly, you miss. We have a bite. Rusty's bite is not successful. But the tail slap is. The tail slap does a lot of damage. What? Good lord. The tail slap does a lot of damage.
It's a D12, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
D12 plus 6.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's D12 plus strength and half. It's a secondary natural, so the attack bonus is shit, but got lucky.
Yeah. And also it's half strength.
Yeah, strength and a half.
Oh, half strength if it's secondary.
You hit the croc pretty good.
Look at the monster.
Okay, so it's still, the crocodile's still there.
I just copied the monster.
If it's secondary attack, it's half strength, not strength and half.
Please look it up in the bestiary.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm searching for it. I haven't got to it yet. Nitro attacks. Tail slap. Secondary. Medium, it's 1d6. Bludgeoning, secondary. So it's attack bonus -5 and half strength for damage.
Anyway, that's all he can do. So he's done. And Rhondo will move up to the edge of the water and keep an eye on things.
Okay. Okay. Burke, I sent you a message on Discord. Okay, so now it is Burke, your turn again.
I was looking at that
Oh,
very
and
same
I
link
haven't
that he
succeeded.
put. I'll deal with it. And get closer, and do it another thunder call.
Okay.
to calm it down.
Then you make a fortitude save. Okay. And fortitude is plus. Okay. Roll. Do your spell, please, sir. I'm waiting on your spell.
Hello?
I think he's right. I think I was looking at the wrong link. No, I'm looking at the link I sent to you. GM,
Mm-hmm.
cheat. I hate to agree with the wizard. Drop 4 points from it.
Okay. I see the damage.
That's painful. Yeah,
It's okay.
I see this right here. What was it?
Okay. Burke, we're waiting on you.
Yeah, I had the talking to myself activated. That's why you didn't see it. I roll again. It's okay.
Okay.
I had to talk to myself.
16.
But I was trying
I
something.
fail, so I take that much damage, and I'm stunned again. Okay. I see the
You can't do
damage.
anything against us.
I'm stunned again, so now it's Guko's turn.
Alright, I guess I'll, in the interest of brevity, I'll take out a crossbow and hit him, do a little pot shot. Not a very good one, but, you know, little sting.
Okay, you hit. That's still good. You nick him. You nick him. You're dwindling. Nalia, your turn.
Is he still stunned, the crocodile?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Was he stunned last turn?
No.
On my turn?
It's your turn right now, Nalia. His turn. So a stunned creature.
Okay, so I should get a sneak attack
Yes,
if I
so-
succeed.
So in Pathfinder, when you are stunned, I lose -2 to AC and lose Dex bonus if any. So my AC is that, and I lose my 1 Dex bonus. So I got my AC. You rolled that. Okay, so you hit, Nalia. And since I'm stunned, I believe, and I lose my Dex bonus, aren't I up for a sneak attack?
This is
Yep.
Dex, so yeah.
So roll your sneak attack damage. Okay. Nalia, she's wading through these murky waters. As the creature's being stunned, she's able to focus and concentrate. And she does, instead of just delivering a blow to the body, she takes a quick second to adjust her stance, and she just makes sure she does a really, really powerful right punch behind the alligator's left eye, knocking him into the water, and just sinks down to the bottom.
That's rather snaky.
Okay.
Alright, carry on. Job's done. Oh, wait. Maybe we could make a little something out of this croc. Is his skin worth anything? I've always wanted to have one of those hats, you know, with the little crocodile teeth. You know, like that bloke.
Wait,
Tell me you know who I'm talking about.
Is he
Yeah,
from like
okay.
an island?
Say again?
He's not from around here, the guy you're talking about.
Yeah, no. He's
thought
just
that's the way.
from a distant land, but yeah. Yeah, you know, I mean, yeah, right. The bloke with the hat.
I think Skinning somebody, no, skinning a crocodile would be, I think, a survival check.
Mm-hmm.
Right, or heal. Yeah.
It take a long time.
It will take a long time.
Yeah, it's going to take too long. Forget it. Let's go.
Just take the whole crocodile.
Pick him up on the way back to the sub.
Leave it on the side. We'll see to it when we get out.
Is a crocodile edible?
Pick him up on the way back to the sub.
Oh yeah, crocodile's edible.
Let's eat him.
Oh,
They're right,
but
tasty.
while we're here, just for you, I think we can lean in a tooth.
What?
I think we have enough time to pull one tooth for your hat.
Yeah, one tooth is pretty good. A hat, that's good. That's a good start. I'll make it like a collection, you know, all sorts of.
Every creature you kill, you'll take a fang, and like one day you will find a dragon with a fang the size of a sword, and you're gonna walk around with a giant sword-sized teeth in your neck.
Yeah, wouldn't that be pretty intimidating?
It's like,
So let's grab
see
one
those
tooth.
teeth around my neck? Each one is a creature I killed.
And then let's carry on.
Right.
Is your
Everything
crocodile?
sounds
okay?
psychotic even a little bit. Continue on. We have kobolds to save.
Continue.
How far ahead of the map can we actually see?
You can see the whole map.
No, I mean, because obviously I can't see these guys because they're behind me.
Yeah, they're behind the
Oh,
rock.
just bright
Yeah,
light.
I didn't do the map, but yeah. So as the group continues to head on, you hear some yarking, some yark and draconic yark.
More
Yark,
yark.
yark,
Do I understand
Yark,
what they're saying?
yark, and as it
I'm
dials down,
afraid of the yark.
you hear the scout. Where's Yik? Yik did not come back. He has been out here for quite some time. Where's Yik at?
We got him right here.
The kobold?
Oh, are they talking? Are they speaking Draconic?
Yep, they're speaking draconic.
Yeah.
Okay, so only the wizard knows.
So do I understand what they're saying?
Yes, you understand. When
so
I speak in the
what we do?
voice of a creature, it's gonna be their native language, unless I just tell you otherwise.
Do we send the scout then? What do we try to catch him by surprise? What do we do? Do we try
No,
to
he's
tease him?
not-
He's
Another
asking you where the scout is, and he mentioned the kobold's name. We can only assume it's the one
Yeah,
we've
they're
got
talking.
with us.
You hear two different voices talking to each other.
Okay, do I reply or?
Yeah, tell him we got him right
I
here.
hope
It's
not.
Oh, you mean this guy over here?
Do they look
Do you
black
say
scaly?
that? Do you say that in game? Do you mean the guy over here?
Yeah,
Why
I say
not?
then draconic.
Nice.
What? Then you see these two.
That guy over
kobolds
the.
start to cross a bridge.
Tell him- Tell him it's a friend.
We're friendly.
No. Tell him we're friends with.
No,
What's
we're
his face?
friends.
Okay, make your
Yeah, with
make
the-
your
with the
diplomacy
kobold.
check. Make your bluff check. Not diplomacy.
Make him.
Blood
can't
brothers
understand
with
the
that
word.
one kobold.
Make a diplomacy check.
And
Oh,
he said,
okay.
Make a bluff check.
Bluff?
Mm-hmm.
It's
We're
not a lie.
lying.
It's not a lie.
I mean,
We helped
Saying
him.
that we're friends.
We
did
saved him
save
from an
him,
evil
so
arm.
it's subjectively true.
Listen, if you guys
God.
cut off people's arms, I don't want to have
There.
enemies. I don't want to have enemies. in life.
They-
Then again, yeah,
Yeah.
if that's what we do to our friends.
With friends like that,
Well, to be fair, there's the milk of a demon god in his arm that is gonna drive him crazy and turn into a monster. So, kind of justified.
Like, I think there's something wrong with your head. I can fix that.
Does that work?
we got to get the demons out.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of straight camp, we take them to not have demon camp.
If we were in town, we would be so arrested.
Okay, you have with your diplomacy check, you have it was unfriendly. You have shifted it to indifferent. They have, even though they are indifferent, that's the starting attitude. Now, what's the request? What did you say to them before I do the modifiers? What would you say? You say you're friends with him?
Yeah, say we're friends.
Yeah, tell him, we helped him out. He was having trouble, some kind of medical trouble, and, yeah. And
Yeah, he
he's
was in
back
trouble.
now.
We help him.
And we're turning him to you guys because, right, yeah, tell him.
The dude's in trouble. We rescue him and we're trying to bring him back to you. He's clearly not well in the head. Check it out. And they do it pointing at the kobold.
Where's he at?
I have no clue.
He's right here with us. He might be whining, but he's still here.
So they see this kobold, and they see their comrade that had black scales, was a top scout, in their eyes had a black scale, whatever they got going on, sees a group of gnomes with a green kobold and a human in the middle of a swamp walking towards them.
Wait. These are black scale kobolds?
No, these are not. These are green. These is what the picture says.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
That's how the black armed one looked like.
Yeah, the last one was green too, right? With a black
With a black
arm.
arm. These do not have black arms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Can I ask him to tell me more about the mother?
Sure. You made your diplomacy check. They tell you the mother is who we aim to please, who we want to please. She our master.
Are you sure? Well, I mean, are they sure that they want to? Because it's.
No,
Wait.
No, careful.
We have to serve. We have to serve or be eat.
You have to serve or be eaten.
I hate getting eaten.
Is the mother a kobold or like something bigger?
By something bigger.
How big? Is it like dragon big? Is it like
He points to the
bear
stone.
big?
He points to the stone.
Oh, okay. I get it. So,
What does the party do at this moment?
I'm waving them hello. Hello, these are my friends.
And they say, well, these sacrifices you have got for the mother.
No sacrifices. Friends.
what? No. Hold on.
At that time, his friends, he says, they hold up their crossbows and they say,
What sort of sacrifice would please the mother?
just bodies.
But anybody's?
Live bodies.
Okay, I sacrifice the crocodile.
What? This doesn't make any sense. Why are we gonna perform?
No, she asked for bodies. I picked the crocodile body and gave it to him.
They're talking in Draconic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, if
I
your
translated.
friends were jumping off a bridge,
So only
Have
two
you
of
heard
us
this one
understand
before?
the same.
What?
Only two of us speak Draconic.
if your friends was jumping off a bridge, that doesn't make it the right thing to do. Just because they want somebody to sacrifice somebody doesn't mean we can just often
That's
cut
not.
someone to pieces.
That's not what I meant. I was talking about the dead crocodile. They said they wanted a body, so I mean there was a body there.
I suppose.
They
So
look
I mean,
at you,
is
they
it bad
hold-
to give
they
them the
hold-
body? They what?
Are you just giving him the dead crocodile body?
Yeah, I want to give the dead one, the one that we just killed.
So you're gonna put it over here?
Look, it's a sacrifice. Look.
No,
Here, you wanted a corpse.
not good enough.
Recently sacrificed, in fact. Tell him. Recently.
Recently
You
sacrificed.
start to
Yeah,
see,
like-
you start to see them,
It was a tough fight.
they seem like they are getting
Conf-
irritated.
I'm so confused. Why do we have to do something religious right now? I mean, we're bringing their friend back.
Basically, we're trying to convince them we're not enemies. They asked for a sacrifice, we're giving a sacrifice. Yeah, and
We're
hoping
bringing
that.
their friend back to them.
But they are kobolds.
They say
And
sure.
they,
They say,
They
and
didn't.
they say sure. Follow.
And they
follow,
want-
follow us. Follow us.
Okay.
I think
We-
they're. I think
didn't
they're.
ask-
Follow
They
us.
didn't ask for a sacrifice. You asked them what they wanted for religious purposes. I'm like, what?
Well,
the kobold,
here's the thing.
Bring you food.
The kobold walks
I'm a
in.
ninja person.
The kobold says
Correct
yes.
me if I'm.
Grab it. Did they say grab
Okay,
it?
just correct. Okay, just correct me if I'm wrong. What I understood is that they said that the mother wants sacrifices, and if they don't serve the mother, they're gonna die. So basically, they want a sacrifice so they don't die. Right?
I think you're connecting a bunch of dots. But yeah, I mean, we don't need to go that far. I don't think. I think they're ready to take us in.
Okay, let's just go.
All right, cool. Let's go.
I'll tell you to right this way. You follow them.
Yeah. Keep your eyes open though, everyone. You're welcome
So they
into
march.
an unstable situation.
They say hurry along. Come on, this way.
Yeah, we're coming. Let's try not to get surrounded entirely by these things, though. And keep an eye on everybody when to watch their reactions to see if they're leading us into a trap.
Yeah, remember, I'm the squish mage. I would rather not be in the front.
Yeah, that's a
Hurry
good
up!
plan.
Hurry up! Mother
follow
mad.
me.
Mother will be angry. Hurry up!
Let's
We're
go
coming.
before she gets angry.
Hey, refresh
you-
my memory though,
you,
DM. Wasn't
you see them as you start walking across these planks? They go down to the planks and they're doing something to them, and then they tell you, walk straight, go carry along. What's your question, Kuko?
my question was? I thought. Well, I mean, it was a different character that was present when this happened, but I thought it was the black ones that were worshiping the mother, and the green ones weren't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I
That's,
think they're like infected or something.
No, I don't
People
think all
have a
of them
mother. So
This
Why-
one's black on the
Continue.
inside.
Continue.
maybe
keep-
these
walk
ones
straight.
worship like Mother Teresa.
Walk straight.
You don't know.
Walk straight. They point this way.
Can I do perception?
Yes. Continue.
Sense
Okay,
motive
then.
on the murderous little kobold.
What are you doing? What's perception?
Do I
What are you trying
feel-
perception?
Yeah, they're totally honest.
I want to make sure we're not being led into a trap. Plus, I want to make sure that we're not like going to get eaten by a
Rolled a
crocodile.
5.
Watch over the
I let
flanks.
him date my sister.
Okay. So you start to walk as you continue to walk, you notice that you are actually in more of a sturdier ground. Sturdier ground. There's not as much give or leeway under you. And you make your way to. You see the next map.
Yeah. No, I don't. Sorry.
Next map.
Yeah, which is here.
There it is.
Do now.
Yeah, the kobold's here, and you see. Kind of rearrange yourself if you don't mind.
Sure.
rearrange yourself. I'll give you a couple of seconds.
I'm done. It's putting me in
We're
the
coming in off the right or off the
crocodile
left hand side.
sort of
Mm-hmm.
the meat shields.
Oh, look, it's a cave, like
You
we was
see
talking about.
a kobold, but more. He's got black scales, but he has purple skin as well. You see one atop, a green scale up top, and then you see two black scales at the entrance.
So as we're watching the green ones, is it obvious that they're like subservient to the black ones?
You don't know what is going on. You
Or,
just, they come up here.
or the other way around?
You come here and they say, you hear yark yark. Yark yark. So this one's yark yark. They are talking to this one.
It's like all yak and no yite.
You see the black scales
We
come
understand
here.
what they're saying.
You see the black scales start to come out.
Do they look angry or aggressive?
Did I understood anything from the draconic?
And yeah, you understand they said these have sacrifices for the mother.
Okay.
And we're returning scout. Don't forget that part. Tell him.
Sure, but
I think we carried the scouts tied to the back of
The gator.
the crocodile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Probably
this is
since
about
the gator
20
went
feet
in the
up.
water.
but can he be reached
maybe
by
the
a
scout
fireball?
couldn't scream while he was under.
It's a sphere of 20
It's
feet
whatever you want to do.
diameter,
It's
so-
it's whatever you want to. It's a sphere, he said.
Yeah, basically asking, would the fireball hit him?
So if the guy is up there and at the edge of the circle, I don't think it will be affected.
Oh, okay then. Never
You
mind.
fireballed.
No, I didn't. I was just asking. Okay, how do I remove this thing?
You
Oh,
can
never mind.
delete.
So this guy says, you hear him still. These are the sacrifices. But this one's a little his voice, it seems a little lower. But you still hear that yarking in the background here of the like kobold gibberish.
I've always been afraid of the yak. No, nothing. Not even chuckle. Nothing. Okay.
Yark of the.
You see the black scales here. They are actually listening to mainly the green scale, which is surprising from what you've been told from Brodric or whatnot, from a little bit previous knowledge you have. And you see the green scales that kind of walk up behind you. They kind of motion you to carry on, and you see the black scales. They walk up to you, Rhondo, and they say this in Draconic. They say to Bert and Nyon, for sacrifices, drop your weapons.
Now that doesn't make any sense at all. How can you sacrifice something without a weapon?
Okay, I'm strongly considering just using fireball.
I don't know how sometimes you get invited to dinner, and sometimes you get invited to be dinner.
Yeah.
Where were we headed toward the cave anyway? I don't get it. I mean, besides
I never knew.
finding the
Well,
kobold.
I'm a wizard, so to me, drop my weapons is like, sure, I pick whatever weapon I have and drop on the ground.
I mean, I don't use weapons anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I hand over my
I dropped my
crossbow.
sling and my club.
Of course, we're gonna get these back, right? Ask him we're getting this back, right?
Sense motive.
He says.
Yeah, I did that.
He says, sacrifices are no need of weapons.
Oh, I see what's going on here. This is true. We are not
the-
in need of weapons if we are, in fact.
The black kobold walks up to Rhondo. Sorry, Rhondo. And you see him like loose a little bit of rope, and he begins to try to bound.
Did I sense anything?
He didn't lie to you. The sense motive is null. It's void.
Well, no, I mean, sense motive isn't
You
only
believe
to
him.
figure out
You believe
lying.
him. You believe him.
Sense motive isn't only to figure out whether or not they're lying. We wanted to figure out what their intentions were.
Actually,
Does
in
he want to
Spanish,
sacrifice me?
it translates as figure out intentions. Hay intenciones.
Hey, this cat up at the top, that's the one with the purple arms?
No, this one.
Okay.
Okay.
What's that one? Just another green one?
That's what it looks like right here.
Yeah, no, I meant this cat up here on the hill.
Yeah, he did the green one like the other ones.
Okay. I feel
So
like...
do they think that
Go ahead.
I think they think that Burke is bringing us to be sacrificed.
Yeah, I'm getting that sneaky suspicion as well.
You know
I think
what?
it's not time
Let's-
to spring into action. He's
So
got
I
this
was-
rope.
I was speaking common. Guys, do I fireball?
Yeah, make it happen at this point.
Okay,
This is
fireball. I put a fireball, but hold on, let me just arrange it. Yeah, right here.
Okay, everyone roll initiative after the fireball. I'll let him have his fireball attack. What do I have to roll to beat that?
Hold on. DC 15.
For half,
Reflex.
correct?
Yeah, for half.
God, why does my initiative suck every...
Hold on.
Hold up. What did
Where's
we
my
get?
tag?
We get new DCs or not? Let me see. Nyon, Nalia. Goodness gracious. Rhondo, you rolled a 1 again for initiative, Rhondo? Are you serious?
I have a 10 dex, man. What do you want?
I was asking Dane. Don't bite my head off.
Also, for every 20 I roll, I have to roll a 1 somewhere.
True. Guko, Nalia, Burke, Nyan. Nyan rolled a 14. Okay. We have here. Okay, so what do I need to beat for this this thing?
Fireball is a reflex save, DC 13
15.
plus whatever it is. Yeah.
15.
15. Okay, I'll roll reflex save for this one. Reflex save. He rolls a 21. And then
Whoa.
my black scales roll. Give me a second. And then my black scales are my bleeds. I rolled a let me go to my 9 and 9. So both of my black scales rolled a 9. My commander rolled a 21.
What does that mean?
Well, I rolled a 21 on my commander, or my green.
Okay, so the commander takes
Reflex for
half,
half.
Okay.
and the damage is 14, so he takes like 5 plus 2, 7 damage.
Okay.
And the rest takes the full damage, right?
Hey, Jeremy, can you throw me a little NPC sheet for one of my summons? Please, and thanks.
Yeah. Hold up. Oh man. Okay. Is it not gonna? Dude, roll 20's being so slow.
So can I remove the fireball effect?
No, give me 1 second. Because this is being so slow. For anybody that starts doing a lot of crazy stuff.
Y'all stop doing crazy stuff.
There we go. Guko, there's your sheet.
Thanks, sir.
Okay. Change the name. Put a symbol on there. Okay.
Coming up.
I don't know how I have. Okay, AC. Okay. That's frustrating because I used one of these character sheets because I made a bunch of them and the HP is gone from that one. So it's kind of pissing me off. I see. I have his HP. Perfect. Okay. Bam. Or we are good. So now let me roll my initiative with these guys. Initiative. Sorry I'm being so slow, guys. My roll 20 is just being so crazy. 10 and 6. A turn. A turn.
Rhondo, did you check what I put in Discord about the crocodile?
Did any of them take damage?
In a moment they will.
Rhondo. The crocodile companion.
Okay. 10 and 6.
But using rank stats for it.
Okay, 9. This guy's a 9. Okay. Sorry I'm being so slow. I'm just really trying to iron all this shit out. And I'm going to just roll 20. Plus 1 is a 6. So those 3 guys will go on a 6 at their time. Perfect. Okay, so how much damage did you do to these guys?
14 on the full damage and half 17 if they succeeded.
Okay, perfect. Good job. And then half, which is half of 14, which is 7.
Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. Got you. Okay, now let's start the battle. The first person in turn order is Burke Redcoat. Burke Redcoat, what would you like to do?
Yeah. The same. I'm not gonna sacrifice us. Because Thunder go here. Thunder!
Okay.
There he goes.
Okay, spell saving throw. I got 16 for that one. Let's see if I make it. One of my commander made it, and that's all the ones. I need to roll for this one black scale. How many black scales? What was the range?
It's 10 feet.
Do your range one more time from where you directed it. Okay, so they got a both roll. 4 2s. Okay. Okay, so they both make it. So no, then excuse me. One failed, one made it. Burke, will you exit your watch together, please, for me? Let's close it out.
Yes,
Or
me
change your settings so that it's pushed to top.
I took that out.
Okay.
I'll be buying new headphones soon. Because the push to talk is not working. That's why we are in this channel.
Ah.
I'm saying it every session.
Okay. There you go. So Burke, you rolled your damage. So 1 sonic damage to everyone, even if they save correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I see that sonic damage, and we will have this one right here be stunned. Okay. Burke, that is your turn. Unless you want to move.
That is my turn.
Can you move or do anything?
I could move. Yeah, let's move over here.
Okay. Or,
I guess
Burke,
the
would you
trees
like
will give me
to,
some cover.
would your move action pull out your flag banner? Pull out your weapon. Your
I
flag.
guess I had it already. Had it already out. That's why I have the token with the flag.
Okay, I see you. I see the flag token from now on. Got you. Nyan, now you get your turn.
Okay, so did any all of the did all the three of them survive it?
Yes, they did.
Both of them?
All three
those guys
did.
are tough. Okay, so is
It's on stand.
does any of the three look particularly weak?
You
This
can
one?
make
Okay.
you can make a heal check if you want to really quickly, and I'll let you know which one seems the weakest.
Never mind. I'm just gonna use Smash Missile.
Okay, which one are you
on
attacking?
The captain. The captain.
Okay.
There.
12 damage. Okay, he's still up.
I'm going to move
Okay,
here.
perfect.
Donna.
Okay. My commander. My commander is going to. I'm going to move here, and even though I'm small, I have a lance, small lance, so I believe I still can attack Rhondo.
Sure, with a -4 for cover.
Yep. Standard action. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna back up. I'm going to use Aspiring Aura. Aspiring is a +3 on all attack, damage rolls, and save. I'm going to use my aura to give everyone that can see me a bonus on their attack and damage rolls.
Including us?
No, it's
Pretty big
my
bonus.
party. I'm gonna use Stirring Speech as a standard action. I'm going to inspire greatness to my allies within 30 feet. I'm going to move here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to give 2 bonus hit die to my people, plus 2 bonus on attack and damage roll, and +1 fortitude saves. Is what I'm going to give my allies. Okay, that is Boo Boo. Okay, and that is going to be my turn for that one. Now this guy's stunned, so this guy is going to whip his blade around and see Rhondo in front of him. Is going to make an attack. Okay,
It's 9
he's going to attack with a small rapier. You see he has a shield as well. And he goes to see if he can do any damage to you, Rhondo. I believe he hits, doing 3 damage to Rhondo. He hits with a 22. Only 3 damage to you, Rhondo.
Okay. Respawn. All mine.
That is that guy's round. Guko, your turn.
I am going to summon a leopard by the commander. This dude is the commander right here.
That's what I mean. He looks. Yeah. Yep.
He's the one that's speaking and making everybody better.
Exactly. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, got it. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna summon the leopard so that he's like right here, and you can get a little moving run or whatever.
Do you have a figure for him or a sheet? Anything? Thank you, sir.
And she's gonna charge and pounce.
At GM, you can actually drag animals like that from the what you call it?
And plus 2 to each.
Companion.
Eye for info, and then look for leopard. It'll pull one up, and you can drag it onto the map, and you'll get.
Well, that leopard is not valid because this one's souped up.
Yeah, you got a special one like Celestial or something.
Yeah, so yeah, Celestial template and
So the
giant.
26 hits. That's 14 damage. Wow, that's pretty powerful.
He's a big boy,
Yeah.
and then he because he hits with his bite, he's gonna try to grab it and hold on and rake it. So let's see.
Well, that's a lot of damage.
Where is the damn thing?
Is
I
it a
mean,
leopard?
you kill him with that damage. You kill him.
All right, go. And then yeah, he bites his head off.
That's your turn. Summon. That summon doesn't take a round. That's instant.
It's not instant. It's a standard action rather than a full round because it's I have sacred summons and it matches my alignment.
Okay. So now it's this prodder who is disabled, and now for my ambushers, we're going to attack. Let's see. .22 hits. This one's going to attack. He's going to move up and he's going to attack over, seeing the fireball. He attacks Nyon. Does a 22 hit you, Nyon?
Yes,
Okay.
my AC is 9.
Okay, perfect. Nyon, take 2 damage. These are going to back up. They're going to try to attempt to attack Yuguko. That's a 10 and that's a 13. What happens?
Miss.
Okay, miss. Now it is Nolly's turn.
Okay. Actually, so is this leopard within 30 feet or is...
What'd you say?
Is this leopard within 30 feet or is it...
it's 30 feet. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Bless.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay, so you cast Bless +1 on attack rolls and saving throws against fear effects. Okay, that's for that you roll. If you'd like to do anything else, Nalia?
Probably move up here.
Okay,
And that's all.
perfect. Okay, Rhondo, what would you like to do?
I think Rhondo will step this way, allowing among the companions. You step forward, and Crusty will.
But he attacked Crusty with a 12. Unfortunately, that's going to be a miss from Crusty. Rhonda, did you do anything or no? But 12 and 13 both misses from Crusty.
Yeah. I think I'm good right now. Yeah. I'll just tower. But basically, I'm fighting defensively, or taking full defense, whatever.
Okay, so 12 and 13, and Rhondo, what did Rhondo do? I'm sorry. I saw what the crocodile did.
Remember, it has,
Rhondo just is taking.
remember it has the +1 to attack and damage. So I guess the crocodile Crusty will have the bonus.
Okay. 13. Okay, Rhondo. Burke, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna step over here and tell these guys over here in a very funny way how we are gonna tear them apart.
So, Blistering Eviction. So, which one are you using that on? That's just one standard target? That's 30-foot
It's
radius.
basically everyone within 30 feet from me. So these are included, so that, but that sadly these ones aren't.
So you're just doing it on these right here?
So,
what are you doing it on?
These three over here.
So it's a 30-foot
They
radius,
take
isn't it?
4 Yep. So these ones are included, so but these ones aren't. They take 4 damage each, and they intimidate. And if they get intimidated, they catch fire.
Okay, but I'm confused about the radius. You said 30 feet from where? But who's all going to be hit?
From where I'm standing.
Okay.
These ones are included. These ones are not because they're 35.
Am I missing something? It says range
Everybody-
personal. Am I missing something?
You're doing a radius, so you're gonna hit all your friends too with this? Is that what's going
No,
on?
it's only enemies.
It
What?
says each enemy with their enemies that are demoralized this way take 1d point. So.
Oh.
Oh,
Neat.
you're demoralizing the
So, yeah,
enemies.
you're
I see. Okay. I see now. I thought it was a spell. I see. So 1d10 points of fire damage must succeed at a reflex save. Okay, I see. Okay, I see. Okay, so reflex
pretty
save,
cool.
I'll roll 2. Okay, so one roll a 9
gotta
and
make
one roll
them
a 17. So I'll have this one roll.
Well, you don't even have to do that until he makes his intimidate checks.
Okay, we'll make your intimidate checks. It's just one, right?
Any
The spell
decent
and then
attack?
one.
Yeah, it's to make an intimidate check against each enemy he wants to demoralize with that.
The intimidate check is included in the attack.
Right, but you have to do it. You actually have to make the intimidate. You have to
There
go.
it is. The intimidate check. The first line of the description.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. Each one would be a. I guess maybe not.
No, it's one intimidate.
Yeah, I guess that works for each one of them. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Cool. That's a cool spell.
So they are shaken, having 4 fire, and the one who failed the reflex is on fire.
Okay, so this one failed the reflex save. Is the one in front of so I'm going front to back. He's on fire. How much damage did he do? Did get done to him?
4 fire.
Okay, so to both of them, or just the one that failed? Okay.
What?
Which one? Both has fire.
And they're shaking.
Both has fire. One passed.
If they are not intimidated, they don't get any. They don't suffer anything.
So listen.
But they're all.
This one rolled a 9. What happens to him?
He takes 1d10 fire damage.
He catch on fire.
Okay, so he took 4 damage and caught on fire. This one made the save. What is he doing?
He takes half.
Only 4 damage.
So he takes half the fire damage.
And the shaken, of course.
Okay, thank you.
The 3 of them are shaken. They fail.
No, I guess. Yeah, I guess he takes the full 4 fire damage, but he doesn't catch on fire.
But does not protect the creature from demoralizing effects. Enemies that are demoralized, damage will succeed. Reflex save.
So they're shaken.
Yeah, okay. Well, he's not demoralized though. The 17's not demoralized.
No, the 17 has nothing to do with the demoralization. That's just whether or not he dodges some of the fire.
Okay, I've never seen that. So make your intimidate check.
Right,
Then.
he did. It's at the top. It's 26. So he was able to successfully scare all of them.
I see the intimidate.
Unless
Yeah, my bad. I
they-
was looking for that forever. I see it. So yeah, they're intimidated. I got you. So now they're shaken. Good lord, never seen that spell before, Bert. My bad, guys, for slowing us
Me
down.
neither.
Okay, I never seen that spell before. Okay, so now these two are shaken. I believe that's a -1 on.
-2
-2.
to practically everything.
Okay. Got you. Okay, thank you. So now it is Nyon's turn.
Magic missile. I'm going to aim at the captain.
The captain's on the ground.
Wait, he's on the ground?
Mm-hmm.
His head
Okay.
is in the left.
I'm going to aim at this guy then.
So you're hitting which guy you want to hit? This one you said?
This one.
Okay, that's how much damage is that? That is
9.
9. Okay, I see your damage. He's hit pretty hard. You see that he's on his last leg. He's breathing pretty heavy. He's bloodied. It seems like his chest is crushed with that, but he's still holding his sword. The Kobold commander is on the ground making his save. This Prodder, even though the crocodile miss, Nalia miss is going to try to attack the crocodile still because it is right in front of him. He is going to roll after the crocodile. 22 take 3 damage to the crocodile. This Prodder is going to try to help his commander. He is going to roll and try to hit the summon. And what's the damage I need to make for being on fire? This is 12. He misses. This one misses that one. The 22, yeah. Okay, so I hit the crocodile, do 3 damage, and I miss the
Leopard.
I miss the leopard. But now that I'm on fire, how much damage do I do for the fire?
I think it's 1d6.
6 fire.
Okay, Guko, it's your turn.
Alright, the leopard is gonna try to swallow another creature.
So he bite at 25. He hits. He does 12 damage. Okay, that one is dead. The 20. Yeah, so this creature is now dead.
And I'm safe. I'm going to get into a better defensive position behind these guys. I'm good.
Okay. Well, now it is the other Prodder's turn. No, he's done. The ambushers. The ambushers going to attack with their +3s. That's a miss. Guko, that's a miss. This one is going to try the gator. It hits. It does 1d4. 2 damage to the gator, and now it's Nolly's turn.
Okay. So this is +2 attack from the roll because of the bless and the inspire courage.
Okay.
And it should be +1 damage too, I think.
Oh, crap, that's a good hit. So Nalia, with that hit, you hit with a 20. Are you flanking? No, you do 3 damage. How is it piercing damage? Oh, star knife, I see. The creature goes down. Okay.
Do morale bonuses stack? I'm looking for it.
Okay.
Okay, so that's done for. Rhondo, it is your turn. I'm sorry, Nolly, what do you want to do? You want to get in front of Guko, or you want to try to attack
I'm
these?
moving. Yeah, I want to move over here.
Okay, so that kind of puts you in front of 9. That's a good job. Burke, what would you like to do?
Multiple moral bonuses do not stack, I am reading. So bless plus Empire Courage will not stack to each other. At least in matters of...
Oh, okay.
Rhondo got skipped? Oh, you did. My bad, Rhondo.
It's late anyway, so
Well, we're about to end the combat. So I mean, I wanted to end at 11, but it's gonna be easy combat.
feel free to go on with it.
Rhondo?
Okay, so we have Rhondo. He's going to be heading to bed. So Bert, Rhondo, do you want to do one action with your crocodiles before you leave? Do you want to charge a kobold or something?
Take him out.
Is that guy?
This guy
yeah,
just got
fine.
knocked out.
That'll give him flank. He might.
Take a bite out of crime.
Yeah, he's dead. With 20, that guy's dead. And Crusty the crocodile is going to bite and tear the leg off the kobold, and he is bleeding out. So he is down. What about Rhondo? Does Rhondo want to do anything?
I guess since he's standing next to his dropped blood, he'll bend down and pick it up as an action, and then hold for something to come in.
So you do have these ranged kobolds. Bert, did you say you want to do anything? Rhondo had his turn. Do you want to do anything, Bert? cast a spell or use a range attack.
I'll say I look at these ones from here
Okay.
and say, "You won't sacrifice us, Thunder!"
Hey, look, they got their sacrifices after all.
So DC.
Turned out to be them.
+1. It's 4-2 save. -2. Okay. So one of them makes a save, but this one is definitely. How much damage do? 7. Well, so this is just a small kobold, so it is on the ground. This falls to the ground, and this one makes a save, but it still takes a 7 damage, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so this one falls on the ground as well, Burke. Okay. So you just have the one remaining kobold up here. And Nyon is your turn.
Magic missile.
10, and this is a weaker kobold, so you knock it out as well.
Okay then.
Okay.
Is it over?
The combat seems to be over.
Thanks. Final
Before-
Fantasy.
Before it
Can-
ends, I'd like to run into the cave and make sure that there's nothing else to clear.
no, wait. Let's loot them first because the murder might be inside there.
So it
Right,
is-
but if we do, then my leopard goes away. So I want to make sure that there's nothing else to clear first before the leopard
Okay,
disappears.
let's go inside then.
Well, there's nothing. I'm gonna end the combat. I'm gonna end the session because we went over 22 minutes. So thank you to
Sure.
everybody who came and played and gave their time. And then we're gonna go over
Yeah,
a couple of
thank you.
things. I'm gonna talk to Spencer about playing next Thursday at 7:30 as well. 'Cause
Okay,
I know we play bi-weekly, but with Spencer, being he said he might be able to play.
Same
we'll
time?
See. Well, yeah, it'd be same time, 7:30 next week. So I
Okay,
want to
then.
appreciate everybody for coming out and playing, and I love the new additions to the party. And hopefully the people who are sick will not be sick next week. So again, thank you guys.